Well,
That's
like,
why
it was just
I
a
was like,
local
wait,
thing. I was
wait.
like,
I was like, wait, maybe it's just on a delay.
Welcome back to the Hands Invent Him. This is session number 2 entitled The Scion. Last session, the group, hashtag Bear Brigade, led by Not a Razorclaws, the Bear Lord of Bearton, traveled into the lands of Ta and up into a dark tower where a powerful wizard or some arcane user has usurped a large army of undead that was once controlled by a necromancer that was in league with the Lady of the Deep, an aberrant being, and also some succubi. They have entered into the tower. It is a smorgasbord of bad memories for Nodder, and it would appear that they've just killed a vampiric tree that was shooting out twig blights very similar to those that were found inside the underground citadel where the Gulthias tree was found by Nodder, and where Trevar, the axe he currently holds in hand, was found. After the tree died, it kind of fell backwards, sort of kind of uprooting itself, although its roots weren't burrowed in the stone. And underneath its rooty form, there was a ringed finger, just a severed finger, with a kind of gold ring with a large pink diamond set in it. As that finishes, the stone in your pocket, Nodder, starts to kind of hum and then starts kind of blaring kind of annoyingly. Kind of pull it out to find out what's happening, and as you do, a rift of conjuration magic appears in front of you, and stepping through it, oh, everybody's in the wrong spaces too, great. But as the rift appears, stepping through it is, Stephanie, describe your character, and I'll get a picture of her.
So she's, oh god, I hate this shit. She's basically like a human-sized porcelain doll, dressed very, I don't know, dapperly. Has some tools on her belt. Looks like she might do some kind of artificery work. Yeah.
Okay. Nodder, you recognize her immediately.
You did.
Feel free to discuss in character and decide what you're going to do next. But yeah, she just walks through a portal and steps out in front of you.
Oh, it's the woman from the
Dave,
statue.
you're muted.
Yeah, Dave.
He's been going on. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
of it today.
you're still muted.
Honey, you're
Still
so
muted, bud. I think you're muted.
This is so
gotta
good.
unmute
You're
Zoom.
muted in Zoom. It's Zoom.
Yeah,
You're
like
muted in
open the
Zoom.
Zoom window and click the mute button, man.
Yeah, you can do
He's
it. I
so
believe
mad.
in you.
I believe in you.
Did you cut your hair, David?
Yeah. He shaved his head.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know, he got rid of
Aw.
the sick hair.
Anyways,
You're muted in Zoom. Oh my gosh.
John, just unmute him.
John, can you unmute him? Can you unmute him?
I can
I
only
found it.
I can only ask, I can
Yay!
only ask to unmute. I cannot unmute.
Holy cow!
Oh.
My
You were-
Zoom went into that tiny window. I was like, where'd it go?
You were saying?
Oh, jeez. First it was like, it was like, as the rock was vibrating in my hand, I was like, oh, there's something going on with this. I don't know what's going on. And then when she came out, Nada was like, Aveline, you look so different. What did you give me?
From the ceiling, because without anyone noticing, Bait has used the knives to crawl up the wall and onto the ceiling above Aveline, and he's about to drop down with a knife, and he goes, "Oh, so no kill
No.
this one."
No.
No.
Okay. Slowly, like crawls down the ceiling.
We got Betty.
Crawls down the wall.
She's the
Blank,
best.
just blank expression, like just deadpan, just looking at the guy, like, okay.
He's a goblin that's basically in a death from above pose, ready to kill you, but not so much. But yeah, just to make sure that the room is taken in fully. There are a bunch of dead kind of just brambles and branches that are kind of thrown about the room. Aveline, you would recognize them as twig blights from the Sunless Citadel. They're basically kind of weird plant things that kind of lacerate and kind of impale living creatures and kind of sup from their vital fluids. And then the massive tree is very similar to the Gulthias tree, which was the tree that forced you to enter the dread realm of Gulthias. And the ring's probably been already put away. You would recognize some present parties, namely Ballerina, the paladin, Wood Elf paladin, and of course Meepo, and Belroth as well. Been a while since the two of you probably talked. The other two, the goblin on the ceiling and the high elf over by the pool of blood, these two are not known to you. But yeah, that being said, the runes on the ground are not active. So notate that, Panavolka. Even after the tree is moved, it kind of almost looks like they were active while it was alive, and then they kind of faded when it died.
I can see why you summoned me here. Just kind of like looking around.
Well, I didn't actively summon you here.
You actually came of your own volition.
Oh yeah, okay. That works.
I was like, because not was about to be like, you came at a kind of a bad time. We're in the middle of some crazy shit, but I couldn't have asked for
we
someone
need
better
her.
to come. Yeah, that's basically like we couldn't have asked for anyone better to come because this looks like some Gulthias type stuff.
Yeah, that's what I
And
mean.
you're
You
the only
called
person.
and-
Yeah.
You're the woman from the statue.
Now,
Yeah.
That's her,
We
isn't
did. We
it?
passed by her.
Oh, you
But
know
there-
what?
quick note. Yes, correct. And Stephanie, remember, you were watching along with Nodder and crew from the stone. So you did see the statue that the High Elf is now speaking about. You would know it's not you, but you'd also be confused as to who it actually is. That's it.
That's not me. I would never make an expression like that.
Fair enough.
So you're not known to this necromancer?
It's just there's you.
Very Aveline.
Well, I suppose any friend of Nodder's is a friend of ours.
Likewise.
Um,
Do we even know who this necromancer is yet?
No, but he's definitely messing with something. They're definitely messing with something that is too big.
The conversation is kind of broken apart by the sounds of chopping. Those of you who are paying attention to the room around would see that Meepo's gone around and taken the liberty and making sure each branch is kind of broken. He'll kind of take a couple of the branches and kind of bite them with his, teeth and kind of rip them apart, just very angrily. And if you recall, these were kind of part of the force that caused his tribe a lot of trouble. So
Mm-hmm. We stand.
Nodder will, since Aveline has experience with Gasias the last time they all went out, is like Nodder will tell her about like the paintings that they came across from like he'll be like, but as we've been exploring this dungeon, we've seen a lot of stuff from the first adventure we went on, like the Bitterheart Forest or the forest in front of the Bitterheart Vale, the castle of Saint Markov. Like this is all the symbols on the floor. Like this is all cycling back to Gulthias in some way.
She just kind of looks like she's contemplating, like just looking at stuff and like puzzled almost.
Well, I guess actually, yeah. To let you know what we've been up to. This necromancer has been threatening my town and the area locally. I need to get his stuff out of here. And this necromancer seems like they're messing with Gulthias. In some way or some form, they are tied.
Well, what was on that ring you found again?
To remind you, there is a handout for it. Mysterious
I-
wedding ring. So, as I'm sure some of us are aware, wedding rings typically come in pairs. The engagement band and the actual like wedding ring. This appears to be the actual wedding ring, not the engagement band. It is a beautiful gold design with a very interestingly cut pink diamond in its setting. It doesn't appear to have any magical properties, as you would note, Aveline, but it does appear to have kind of a significance, specifically pertaining to Gulthias. The ring is definitely the engagement ring that was gifted to his bride. And by his bride, I mean his brother's bride, who he then murdered his brother and stole.
That is very rude.
Some family dynamics there.
Some interesting family dynamics, to be sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So Nodder is formally asking Aveline, help us.
Oh, of course.
And then Nodder looks at everyone and is like, I think we need to forge ahead to take down this necromancer as fast as possible.
Yes.
Agreed.
Let's.
Another quick reminder. You came in through the hall that is on the right side of the map, the east side, and you actually came down a long hallway. And at the end of that hallway was a kind of corner room with a very nasty looking plant with corpses in it. There's been a couple of doors that you've bypassed already that you have not opened.
Mhm.
That would be the doors across from the hall that you're kind of standing near. There's some doors back up the way you came, some side passages up the way you came, and there are some more doors down to the south there.
Did we?
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go on.
Map is not visible to me.
Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Did we take care of that room with the plant thing with the bodies inside of it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I couldn't remember if the tree got in the way of that or not.
Should we start just
No.
busting doors in?
Yeah,
I say yeah.
yeah.
I think
Oh,
we wanted to come down this way to get rid of the mushroom.
That's weird.
The mushroom guy. And then we saw that and then we saw the tree, so that's why we didn't get to
There's
the
a-
doors.
tree
There's a
saw us.
mushroom thing like down here in the southwest, right?
There was. I believe that we already
And
We haven't
killed-
gone southwest yet. This is a
Yeah.
direction you have not gone.
it was the one that was in this hallway.
But there are two doors that are present there. And looking further down the way, you can see that there's another pair of doors on the
Do we want to backtrack and get these doors that are to the north?
I'd say so.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Progress.
So, two doors on the very north side. Which door would you like to open first?
Bait points in both directions, waiting for instruction.
All right, come on.
Right.
Okay,
Mm,
and you see him kick in the one that he is on his left, but Noter's right. Not
my
sure if
God.
that's the correct one.
So the one that's on the left of the map or the right of the map?
So he says the left, so it would be currently Bates' right.
Okay, so the right of the map then. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Slam open the door, and you see that the similar kind of like upraised tile section is present here. It seems to encircle just a large portion of the room. On the far side of the room, you see a pedestal made of stone, similar to the marble work of the ground. And settled on that is a large gemstone, very just basically cut. And it appears to be kind of covered with a substance that is almost oily, but it's also very kind of red. And whether that redness is coming from the liquid or the gemstone underneath, you can't be certain. Behind the gemstone, on the wall, is a massive painting of a man. It looks like this. And looking at it closer, you would see that at the bottom, in brass, there is a notice stating Lord Torinor.
Oh, handsome.
Oh my goodness.
What's going on with that eyeball, though?
You
So
would
bait-
notice that his eye is a bit off. That is correct. Good catch. Gain inspiration.
Yay!
Hey.
Like Belroth is literally just in the back, like, the fuck is wrong with his face? Like,
Aveline.
Some of us have just, our eyes don't totally match each other. That's okay.
But
so
what
no
you would-
necromancer.
But you would note, Aveline, this is not your Lord Torinor. This is not Gulthias. This man is far too masculine looking, as Gulthias has a bit more of an androgynous kind of look. And he just has, it's just not him.
Is it his brother?
Mm,
You
must be a
never
relative.
really remembered his brother specifically, so you couldn't say whether or not it was his brother or not. But it does just say Lord Torinor as the indicator marker.
It's probably safe to assume they're related, though, because
He does look familiar, or he does look familial. I will say that.
It's like two halves of a face put together.
right? I'm just like,
It's like legitimately two halves of a face put together.
I will say this. Mid-Journey is the thing I've been playing around with just to, do cool stuff with, and obviously this game is very much kind of got a lot of it, as you've seen. The eyes being distorted was not an accident. So I will note that.
trying
Nice.
to decide if I like the fucked up side more.
They're both handsome boys.
I
I'm
just
trying to
imagine
figure out. I'm like sitting over here trying to figure out
Well-
which side's the fucked up side.
Belroth is just, like, look shaming, like, in this way. Just like being a
Looking
terrible,
at this guy.
I
What
mean,
about the kind of beatific glow?
Yeah.
about it.
Is that like the halo? Is that
No,
on
just
purpose?
it appears to be a painting. Like, it just appears to be a painting, very
Okay.
stylistically.
Okay.
So next door,
Well-
and Bait turns around to go kick the other one in.
Wait. What about this gem?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
ask
the
Belroth.
gemstone is about 8 inches long.
What do you want me to do?
and about 6 inches wide, and the sheen
Just-
on it, when you get closer to it, Aveline, you would note that it doesn't just seem to be like on it, it seems to be moving around on it. This weird oily substance.
I'm not touching it.
Mhm.
I'm not
no.
Is
gonna
this
lick it.
Have you guys
No,
seen
No,
is
I
it
will
like
not.
anything-
I'm not licking things this
Hold on,
time.
hold on. Stephanie, what were you saying?
Is it like anything that I've seen before?
No, absolutely not.
Does it have any arcane properties?
It does appear to be magical. That would definitely be something you would know.
Can it roll Arcana or?
It doesn't appear to be known magical properties, just that it
Oh,
is
I see
magic.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch it.
Okay. You touch it, and it feels greasy. But when you kind of touch it, you can feel that it's, kind of hard to hold on to. But, I mean, other than the weird kind of almost like bug-like consistency of the weird oil moving around on your fingers, it doesn't try to like take over your hands or anything. You pick it up. It doesn't feel like it weighs much at all. You can put Bloodstone on your character sheet if you want to play.
We
Okay.
don't know anything about it. Ballsy.
Other door?
It interests me.
Respectable.
Okay, you are opening the other door, Ballerina.
Yeah, why not?
You're assailed by the smell of death, just kind of
Yeah.
wafting out of the door. The door seems to have kind of hermetically sealed this chamber, so when the air kind of comes out, it fills the hallway too, and it just smells like a good combination of viscera, defecant, and just rot, all just having stewed in itself in the body of a two-headed giant, also known as an Etten. That appears to have had its torso cut open by a very nasty-looking blade, by the looks of it, and its heart ripped out.
Lovely. Is there anything else in the room?
Nope. It looks like it's a room where a body was just thrown and the door was closed.
Does it have pockets?
Not really. Looks like it's just wearing a loincloth.
It has
Well,
one big one in its chest, and it's empty.
No hearts in those pockets.
No, he
What would
wears
they-
his heart on his sleeve now.
Oh God.
What were they drawing the blood from in the rooms before?
So they were coming out of those large pools.
Like what
the
type
basins.
of creatures? Did we see any creatures being?
No, the blood was sourceless.
It was
No, we
just
see it
coming
getting
up.
into-
So we're gonna shut this door.
Yes.
Sure.
Hope the smell dissipates.
Okay.
Head south.
Yeah, we gotta go south.
Yeah. There's also a door up, another door up here
Oh, did we miss a door
around the
there?
corner.
Yeah, there's also a passageway up to the right.
Yeah, and a passage.
Oh my god, so many angles to explore.
Absolutely.
The options.
Wait a
are
minute.
endless.
You do see the, like I said last time, the remnants of the screaming mushroom that you felled off the ceiling. You would see that there's another tree that's just kind of wisping, kind of moving, undulating, like it was in a wind, but it's clearly not. Just like the last one.
Oh,
Oh,
Should probably
jeez.
kill that tree.
Yeah. Let us
Okay.
begin you late. Oh wait, plan of attack. Any positions
Charge.
we want to try and
Attack
take up
it.
before we get in there?
Well, I mean, it's big enough to where several of us can
What?
melee it, since we're melees mostly.
All right.
Why do you have a death symbol on you?
Aveline's dead.
Because
The smell
She
was too
can't
much.
even.
She can't smell.
no.
Aveline said,
She's dead because she cannot
Done.
even.
Sorry.
yeah,
Trying
exactly.
to-
Hold on. Go ahead.
She said,
I was-
I'm done.
Go
I was
ahead.
trying to fix something, and I somehow had the ability to kill people. So yeah,
Okay.
it was on accident.
Go north, then go west. You should catch up with the group that way.
Let's go
No,
north.
that's south. That's
Oh wait, can you not see? Oh wait,
I
it's
got
not
it.
safe
I
for me
got
to
it.
explore.
okay. Cool.
It's like when you lose your parent at the grocery store.
Oh my god.
Ah!
Right.
Marco!
What am I doing in the? I was trying to think of a funny section that an old person can be in, and everything was a little too easy. I
The supplement section.
was gonna say like the.
That's a good one.
Never mind. So there's the tree. You're standing near the border here. You would notice that the pool behind it appears to be a source, similar in kind to the sources that you had before. It's overflowing, and the liquid is then seeping into the blood and draining down into these main kind of cavities in front of it and continuing southwards. You would also note that the blood behind you does not appear to be as thick, so the blood that's kind of running through that chasm is now kind of more of like a whitish color or kind of like leaning pink. As you remember, the fountains that are the source of this current font were purified by you when you threw the statues in there.
All right. Equip up. Just take down this tree, and then let's figure out how to plug up these holes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Then we
Sounds like
can,
a plan.
Nada starts moving in.
All right. The second you kind of move into the room and kind of pass up towards it, it immediately just kind of opens its branches outwards, and a large grouping of the blights kind of fall from the branches onto the floor, slowly getting up and cueing battle music. I've got an initiative tracker. You know how to roll initiative.
I've
And
got
I
a tracker,
believe we
you've got a
recorded this
roll.
one last time.
Rolling.
Stay
You
consistent
get
with
a
my
line,
tree
I
pipes.
get a bolt. Why is my brain there? It is. All right. We good.
Everybody on? Looks like I need Aveline.
I don't. It looks like I didn't get on there
Nodder
either.
as well.
thought I
Let's
picked-
see.
What is it? Shift click, right?
No, select your token and then
Yeah.
go to your character sheet and then click on the word initiative.
What happened this past week?
It worked.
It was
I
a
thought
lot.
I did that.
He's having Gen Con relapse.
Okay, that one did take. I didn't
Honestly,
do it then.
It took like
Yeah.
2 weeks. I'm still like,
Bait, I believe you have higher decks than Belroth, so you are first on the initiative. You see the blights kind of fall to the ground, yeah. Zach, you're muted. I'm
Mic
sure.
check.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was awesome, whatever you said.
No, I can move up here and
Awesome.
Riveting.
Epic.
I can't hear the music.
Yeah.
Should be able to. Is it just quiet?
Yes.
Might be me.
You should be able to turn it up in the cog. I can't remember how though.
Yeah, I did.
Cool, cool.
I don't know. It's just not working. Things aren't working.
15
it's a
hits.
15 hit.
Don't worry about damage. You smash through it.
Cool.
It's like you hit it and it kind of falls to the ground like a tree branch falling out of a tree in the middle of a storm. It just kind of breaks apart in bits.
He just keeps moving up, so he lines up to the big tree,
Okay.
and that'll be the whole turn.
Rob.
We're gonna move here.
Oh, sorry, bonus action rage.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna
Echo.
dang. Well. Alright, we'll just attack.
Hit. We've got a total of 22, 35. Okay. Yeah, very competently cutting into the core of the tree. Its kind of bark breaks open, revealing the teeth for the first time. Belroth done. Panavolka.
Okay. Move south, and we do.
Rapier step.
I'm gonna use green flame sword.
Your flame
This
blade.
one.
Okay.
Fuck.
I don't think you've hit a green flame blade.
What is wrong with my life?
Okay,
No.
and the second attack is that's just
Hey.
your
Yeah,
regular attack.
6.
Okay, that'll knock it out. All right. Panavolka steps forward. Green flame igniting on the rapier.
Sputters.
It just kind of shoots everywhere but the target. And then, yeah. So, Aveline, you are up.
Well, let's see here.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, let's. Oh, there's a lot of these guys. Okay, I'll just stay where I am because it looks like there's one in front of me. And I'm going to firebolt them.
Okay. Never mind. It will
Oh,
destroy
sorry.
it. I was going to say you have disadvantage because you're firing close quarters, but you rolled the same on both dice, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, you raise your hand, fire ejects out of the hole in your palm and smashes into the thing, causing it just ignite into cinders, flying across the floor around Ballerina and Bait and Belroth. All right. Do you have any other movement?
I'll go ahead and move on over to the one over here.
All right.
These guys.
Nodder, you are up.
I will attack that tiny one in front of me
Okay.
with my axe.
Hit and destroy. Just kind of split it down the middle. Just fragments of splinters.
And then I'll put myself over in this spot right here.
Okay.
Can I do my second attack? Can I attack, move, attack?
Mhm.
Second attack on the big tree.
I believe that hits. Yeah, on the nose.
Sweet.
And we're currently not raging, correct?
Not raging.
Okay.
I'm the one left.
You see that tree bar does its work and cleaves into the tree quite well. It looks like you're kind of attacking it from a separate angle that Belroth's attacking. So it looks like you're kind of forming kind of a double kind of cut towards the center. It's a race to the finish. Tree blight.
like to imagine that Belroth and Nodder sort of had that sort of mental like connection of like
Yeah.
The tree blight initiates its creatures to attack first. And it will move the blights like so. All right. One will attack bait. One will attack bait. One will attack Ballerina. 3 will attack Belroth. 3 will attack Aveline, and 1 will attack Panavolka. All right.
there are like a lot of them.
Yeah, they are. But it's okay. They suck. Okay, so 2 against bait. You didn't reckless attack, so just regular. Miss. That wouldn't hit anything. 1 against Ballerina. Miss. As I'm sure your AC is higher than 13.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 attacks against Belroth. I hit with exactly 1 for 3 damage. And then Aveline, 1, 2, 3.
He gets a splinter.
I hit with exactly 1. You take 2 damage. And then I will attack Panavolka. 12 misses. Okay. So they're all kind of rushing about, throwing their weird needly hands kind of straight towards you. Some of them break against shields, kind of break against armor, break against hardened skin. They're just kind of throwing themselves violently at you and not really penetrating too much. The larger creature, the tree blight, starts whipping its branches about. Think kind of Whomping Willow-esque. It will lash out 2 attacks. This will be against Nodder and Bait.
Wait.
Nodder, 22 to hit for 12
That
damage.
hits.
And 17 against Bait probably misses, right? Cool. And then it will throw out a Grasping Root at Ballerina. 14 misses. And lastly, it will bite Belroth. 23 to hit, which will hit for 17 piercing. As it kind of lashes forward, kind of gets past the shield with the top portion of its mouth, and you can kind of feel those same kind of barbs enter into the shoulder again. But yeah, that's it for the tree. Ballerina, you're up.
Sweet. I would like to destroy this one
Mhm.
with my Warhammer.
Okay. Swing and a miss.
And then I get a
Second attack.
with it, and I'm gonna once again miss.
That is not good. Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
This one appears to be especially nimble and dodges you very, very easily.
I'm very impressed.
You hear from behind everybody as you see Meepo rush forward, jump over the blood fountain, shield and axe overhead, come straight at the twig blight, and he's going to make an attack with his battle axe. He's still quite high.
The image in my head is
total.
pretty epic.
He misses, and then as he kind of like drops low and the twig blight kind of shifts to the side, he spins the axe up and around, hitting, and yeah, his minimum damage kills it. And then as it dies, he kind of just kicks and like throws his feet out in front of him and kind of this weird kind of walk forward as he kind of kicks it aside. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he kind of finishes his run to stand next to Nodder, and he'll make his last attack against the tree. Hit for 12 damage.
Nice.
Cool. Meepo done. Bait, you're up.
Who could ask for a better companion?
Right?
You did it right!
Best mascot.
So he switches the position of the knife in his hand, going for slashing damage.
Okay.
22 hit.
Yeah.
And I'll save that. That's fine.
Okay. You kind of see the bite coming down, see Meepo kind of hit it, causing the mouth to turn away from Belroth. And at that exact moment, you kind of reach into the inside of the mouth, kind of catch like the inside of the mouth and drag the blade. You watch as it kind of breaks open and you see bark just flare out from that. And it starts like leaking sap heavily. The sap, as I mentioned last time, is blood-like in consistency as well. You have a...
But is it sweet?
Nope, that's all he's gonna do.
Yep. Belroth, seeing this opening and the creature showing signs of wounding, would you like to proceed?
We're just gonna hack the shit out of it,
That's
as one does.
hit. Oh no, sorry, miss. All right. Solid damage, but as you kind of cut into it, it's kind of turning its body still towards the kobold. Kind of, it's not very quick to snap back. And as you're kind of hitting it, you kind of hit the fleshy parts that have been kind of opened up by wounding. But as it turns farther away, the last attack kind of hits against a nice solid chunk of naughty bark. Belroth done.
That naughty bark.
It's
Naughty.
the naughty bark. It is not E.
Bonk.
Listen, Dave, my brain went there too.
One miss with the rapier.
Okay, that is like the...
What? That is.
Get out of here.
Whoa.
It's
What is
broken.
wrong with my
4 in a
life?
row.
Can you click one that's
Is it-
not going to
is-
count? But can
is
you
it
click one
actually
just,
gonna- is
so
it actually
I
broken?
can see it? Okay.
Nope.
Oh my god!
So for those at home, Jijo just rolled a natural 1 for the rapier attack,
Oh,
then made a green flame blade rapier attack, and also rolled a natural 1. And then just to ensure that there was nothing happening wrong with roll 20, they rolled a third dice, and it was a 27, which does not count. But yeah, the
We
elf
wish.
seems to be kind of, I would say, this is how I'm going to justify your horrendous missing of the twig blights. They're nature, and you're just not sure you want to kill nature.
Well, I'll say this: they're kind of cute,
Yeah, they are adorable.
so I feel kind of
Like
bad.
little bow truckles. Little
Yeah,
rabbit
they're
bow
like
truckles.
trolls.
subconsciously don't want to hit them.
So yes, that's right.
And
We'll
they're
blame
just
it
really,
on
really
my
fast, okay?
subconscious.
Splinter puppies.
Yeah.
As you watch the very skillful missing adjacent to you, Aveline, how would you like to proceed? You have about 5 of them around you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at the big one with firebolt.
Okay, remembering you are in melee with these ones, so you will have disadvantage on the attack. Take the lesser of the 2 rolls.
Okay.
Okay. 13 will miss. So as it kind of hits against the back side of it, you're hitting that same kind of hardened section on the back of it that seems to not take to flame. All right. Any movement from you?
Yes, I'll go ahead and just try and step on out of here.
Okay. 3 of them will attack you in response. And as we've noted, they are feckless in their attempts. They swing, and you can kind of feel the scratching against the, armor you're wearing, and it doesn't seem to hurt. They're so cute, though.
They're trying to give you a back scratch.
Nodder,
Trying their best.
here.
Nodder will swing at the tree again
Okay.
with his one-handed tree bar,
Okay.
especially after seeing the giant damage that Meepo gave.
Solid hit. First attack.
Or
Second
no,
attack,
that was bait.
they did it.
You wrecked it right in the mouth. You tore out his
All right. So as you kind of see the wound from bait and kind of grin, look back towards where Belroth is hit and see that it's kind of formed this cavity on either side of it. You kind of lean down and shoot the axe straight into the mouth and then snap it back, causing it to bite down suddenly. And it kind of causes the sides of its mouth to kind of burst out in splinters. And as that happens, you kind of grin, take the axe and just swing it with the one hand across the top of the shield, hitting it. It smacks it hard enough that it causes it to splinter through the mouth, and then the back end just kind of reels out with a kind of sickening pop as the kind of heart of the tree kind of breaks open.
That's a gnarly effect.
Yeah, and blood kind of oozes out from the thing. It does not fall back or anything crazy. It kind of just snaps back and then kind of leans in on itself, the top of it kind of leaning against the back wall, but at a high enough distance that you can still get to the fountain behind it. All right. Good tree murdering. We love to see it. As the larger creature dies, all of the twig blades kind of burst into branches all over the floor like last time.
Nice.
The roots of the tree, like the roots in the last one, are kind of up and about, so it does look like you can kind of get underneath it if you wanted to. You would note that there are two passageways that lead out from behind the creature to sealed doors, and there's a passageway that leads south that seems to be an identical mirror to the passageway that led you up to this point in the first place.
Belroth would gesture to Nodder and be like, "Hey, you wanna try and tip it over?"
Not here though, because Nodder doesn't want to cover this hole up. Unless you think we could plug it up with the giant body.
Maybe.
All right,
Just
let's try it.
some- Okay. So we'll try and push the tree over.
Yeah, me and Belroth are gonna
Yeah.
try to.
It moves enough, but like it's still kind of substantial enough that it's kind of stuck where it's at. I mean, you can get underneath it, but like it's kind of like, it doesn't look like there's anything weird underneath. It does look like the roots in the center kind of seem to be glommed onto something that you can kind of reach out and like cut out if you wanted to.
Yeah.
We try harder.
Right? Ah!
We're not taking no for an answer. Where are you wanting to push the tree to?
Just kind of tip it over like this way.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. But yeah, it does look like the part that it was glommed onto has an almost kind of sac-like structure around it, which appears to be like vegetation and almost flesh-like material. And when you kind of break it open, you would see that inside there's half of a hand. It looks like the lower half of a hand, and based on the look of it, it appears to be the right hand.
Are we just collecting body parts?
The hand in
I
question,
think we're
like-
collecting body parts.
the hand in question does have some characteristics that the finger did not really possess. They might come from the same person, obviously different hands, but the hand you now have, you kind of have a bit more of it, so you can kind of identify a bit more about it. It seems to be a large hand for a human.
Does it have a long lifeline?
You can't see the lifeline because you're only kind of getting the half of it.
Okay.
Hold on, let me try and explain. So like from here down, you're just getting this part.
So there are fingers on it.
Two of them, yeah.
Okay.
So you would notice that the hand appears to have calluses on it. It is distorted by the process that it's undergone, but you can still see like these remnants. It does appear to be a hand that's hardened by work or possibly sword fighting in battle. But yeah, it does appear to be a human's hand. Or
Hands invent him.
right. Yeah, we're definitely leaning into the name. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cut the stream. We did it.
Yeah. Roll credits.
We figured it out.
He.
Zisho just dropped that late title card.
Right? Do we want to look at the store before we forge ahead? And then
Yeah.
there's also that other
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this like a room over here?
hallway.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The bottom
you can,
left is
you can certainly
interesting,
travel a midst on your own. I do not mind separating the party. So, Aveline, if you want to open the door you're at, you can.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, how dare you have the ability to move through walls? Hold on.
Wait, who's going which way?
I'll
Who?
fix you.
I have the ability to kill my own character and move through walls.
Oh no.
I have stopped
Upsetting.
everyone from moving through walls. I will dynamically light and open that door, and I will dynamically light and open that door. I'll start with Ballerina and Panavolka and explain that you go up the stairs, open the door, leads into an antechamber that kind of leads into a larger room. The larger room looks not too dissimilar from where the Etten was dead. And you do see kind of a bit of material in the tiles of the marble floor that would suggest that a body was present here, and they tried to kind of wash the floor down to some degree of success. There appears to be an iron, ornately carved basin kind of set into the floor. It appears to be connected to the floor, or possibly like lodged into it. And from what you can see, there's a large well of water inside this basin that descends however far deep. Sitting inside of the water is a bucket. The bucket appears to be connected to the filigree on the rim of the basin.
Oh, this is a drink it or don't drink it moment.
It does not look like it is potable. It looks like it is kind of like a stagnant well, so the water probably wouldn't be terribly great. From what you'd guess, the bucket was probably used to clean the floor.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Aveline,
Same question. Drink it or don't drink it.
Aveline, you open the door, and very quickly people kind of rush up behind you, move into the room with you, and are checking it as well. And you would see that in the center of this room, there is a probably about 3 feet off the ground, strange kind of rectangular stone structure. Impaled in the center of it is a massive greatsword with a gold hilt. On the hilt of the greatsword, in the center of the sword guard, is the symbol of House Torinor. Behind the sword is another basin, another kind of pool of blood. And then Belroth observantly looks around the way and sees another dead body encircled by the weird gray kind of upset tiles. This appears to be an orc from what you can see from behind.
Okay,
Oh,
but
no.
if I pull the sword, am I the new Lord Torinor?
You can certainly try.
Okay, I kind of want it though.
Okay. You go to the sword, you take a hold of the hilt, you draw the blade up from the stone. It kind of slowly but surely ekes out of the stone with kind of a sharp sound to it. And as it comes out, you realize that the point is completely rounded off. The type of sword you're currently holding, anybody who is familiar with Nock would recognize, this is an executioner's blade, also known as a sword of mercy.
Oh, jeez.
Makes sense.
You also look back at the stone and realizing this sword does not have a point, wonder how much strength was required to impale the stone with this sword.
Yeah.
You right?
Well, that's grisly.
Chad is saddened that you were not doomed by destruction. Nothing bad has ever happened from trying to draw random swords from pedestals. Not even once. Okay, so that said,
Forced into monarchy.
that's the room. Do you want to inspect the orc? The orc does appear to be wearing garb.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Does be wearing what?
Garb.
Clothing.
Gerb.
So the clothing in question, Panavolka you'd be familiar with, Belroth you'd be more familiar with, and Otter kind of familiar with. It appears to be the markings of House Sereda. House Sereda is one of the 10 houses of Nock that serves as the defensive force for the city. As you flip him over, you would see that the crowd indicator on the emblazon on the tabard has basically been rent open, and it's just blood everywhere. And you can see that his rib cage appears to have been pulled out forcibly, with fragments of rib still left inside of the cage. And then it looks like the only organ that was removed was his heart. The rest of them have kind of spilled out onto the floor as you rolled them over, or have remained inside in kind of a just loose positioning inside of the cavity of his chest.
Not very
Loose
hardy.
organs.
he
Great.
definitely smells, but not as bad as the end. This appears to be a bit more fresh.
Yum.
Does he look familiar at all from anyone I would have interacted with?
No,
Or is
but
he just like
there were-
generic?
there were a
Serrata
lot
dude?
of House Serrata people at the place, and they did mention they sent scouts into Ta, and they never came back.
That's true. Oh,
His attire does appear to be very scout-like, but he does not appear to have any weapons.
Does he have a badge or something that they could take with that we could take back to?
Looks like he was left in just his clothing.
well. Shit.
Ballerina, you walk around as
Didn't
they're
he bite him if
inspecting
I did
that
something?
one and open the other door. Is that right?
Oh,
Okay.
wait, where's Ballerina? Where are you going? Where are you? Oh, there.
It's an almost identical mirror to the other chamber.
Whoa.
The
Same
blood
kind of sword.
seems to be kind of a bit more kind of full in this room, and there's a bit of spillage. It almost looks like someone like greedily kind of like was drinking the blood and kind of left spatterings all over the floor. There's another sword stuck in the thing, and there's another dead guy stuck in the thing. His
Oh,
attire
boy.
is very similar to the other guys. He appears to be a Vendarin. Vendarin are northern men who kind of live on the northern side of the province, but sometimes end up on this side of the world due to, wanderlust, exploration, being refugees from military discourse in Vendar. It's quite an insane place when it comes to its politics. But yeah, Vendarans are not uncommon. This guy is one of them.
Is he affiliated with House Serrata as well?
He's
or
wearing
no?
House Serrata garb, correct?
Okay. Well,
And the sword.
is he also missing his heart?
Yes. This appears to be a bit more clean a process, though. Yeah, it's almost as if you pick him up, that's when the blood starts to kind of run out onto the floor, whereas the other guy was kind of splattered all about. Looks like it was a perfect incision right below the clavicle, and right above like the kind of rib cage, and like someone kind of inserted their hand or something to remove the heart from behind
Yeah.
the cage.
That's a very
Is it-
savage way to do that.
And is it the same type of sword?
The sword in there, yeah, it does appear to be identical.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, except for one difference. The other one had House Tornor's icon. This one has the same icon from the room back in the other chamber, the crimson marker that you saw. And I will notate that by showing it again. It appears to be a take on the symbol of Alwyn's death in Notice, but with a bit of artistic license. And since we have a new person looking at this, Evelyn, go ahead and make a history check.
Yeah, because she has history.
She does. Actually, yeah.
We do not.
That's what we've been missing.
Intelligence scores.
Ah!
The symbol,
Aid.
Nice.
the symbol in question, is the symbol of a coven of vampires from Parnak, known as the Crimson Coven. They were led by an individual named Tears, who was the ruler of the coven. She is said to have mated with a very renowned figure named Nayland Balcard, and they gave birth to Alacia Nagai, the demon prince of lust up until a couple of days ago, weeks ago in game, yeah. But you obviously know that part. So yeah, it would seem that this chamber isn't so much a House Torinor thing, but more a Crimson Coven thing.
Are they fans of House Torinor?
Nayland Balcard is said to have been bred from the stock of House Torinor, because they are a powerful vampire family.
Oh. Well, there we go. That might be the link.
What in the twisted Bene Gesserit?
Are you taking the sword out of the stone here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ballerina gets one too.
Yay!
Okay, so just to be
We're all gonna
sure,
execute 'em.
items that you have picked
Twins.
up at random that may be important and may have something to do with them. The strange bloodstone, the gemstone with the blood on it. 2 swords of mercy, and that's it, right? Oh,
Yeah.
the,
Well, also
the
2
finger
hand
and the half
pieces.
hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
the finger. Yeah.
So
Finger
just
in
to
the hand.
isolate those out of the, these are possibly used to help with the puzzle situation. They definitely seem to have been the life force or what was giving life to the trees. So
Mhm.
just to make sure you don't think that those are.
I'm gonna make a spreadsheet for our.
More than fair. Okay. Having searched that chamber, anything else that you would like to do?
Ballerina was probably also having to be that person in Notter's life, actually.
Okay. So as you guys come out, you would note that
What is all this random shit you've collected?
it does appear that Meepo has taken to chopping the tree into lumber. He's formed a small little lumber pile in the time that you've been searching around talking. It definitely looks like he's kind of going to work. It's changed from angry to focused to, this is my life now. So he just seems to be kind of focused on the task at hand. But yeah, where would you like to proceed?
Can we check out this space over here?
Yeah, certainly.
Oh.
When you come up to the main entrance, you came and looked at the back end of the steps. So you would make your way up the steps, kind of enter into this space up above. The side chamber seems to have nothing in it. It looks like there might have been furniture present here at one point based on the scuff marks on the ground. But it does not appear that any furniture is currently present. When you enter into the space, you would note that each of these doors is made of dark wood with a steel eye slot at about eye level for a human. All of them appear to be closed. But as you kind of make your way in here, you can kind of hear little signs of life as people are kind of moving about, possibly inside of these chambers.
Can I
Is this a
peek inside one through the eye slot?
You slide open one of the slots.
Yeah.
Okay. Inside this one, if that's the one you're going for,
Yeah.
you see a woman, dark hair. She looks like she has a very kind of peasant kind of look to her face, but she looks like she is absolutely mortified as the slot opens up. She's staring up at you in kind of like a very vulnerable way, and it appears that she's kind of dressed in a very strange outfit, which, if Nodder is looking as well, would recognize immediately. This is the same exact outfit that Aveline was wearing when you found her full body in the basement of the Sunless Citadel, the maid outfit, or the kind of servant's outfit.
Those
Evelyn,
clothes
you
were
should come
so
see
last
this.
season.
Nodder does not like.
Those are so last arc.
He's done. This is so last arc.
Are they? Is she a prisoner?
Please, you're
Hello?
not.
It's like
You're not with them. Please let us
With
out.
whom?
Let us out. Please just let us out. Please just let us out. They're going to. They're gonna turn me. They're gonna turn us into. Please let us out.
Turn you into what?
As there's a commotion being made here, you start hearing banging on the other doors and sounds of women kind of locked inside of these cells, kind of crying out.
if I look in the other one, is it the same basically?
It's a different woman, but it does appear that she's wearing a similar outfit, and she does have a similar kind of. She was kind of torn from possibly farm life or like small town life, possibly Sifrit's Pass even, and brought here.
I want to
I'm gonna
set
open
them
these doors.
free, but I
Yeah.
also want them
Yeah.
to be able
Yeah.
to leave safely.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's like, how do I direct? It's like, is there like a waystone back to knock?
No.
That's like a handy item or something.
No. However, if you would like, there are a couple of options. You can give them directions and hope for the best, or you can give them a guardian in the form of Meepo. Meepo could lead them back to Bearton. but you're not sure these are the only people who are present within inside of this dungeon, so you may want to just have Meepo take them to the front entrance, and then once he gets word from you to go, take the people with him. Because remember, Meepo's really good about passing through. He knows the secret ways. He knows how to hide from the big things.
Okay.
I trust Meepo with this responsibility.
Yeah. Meepo's very reliable.
Yeah, I'm also swole as fuck right now.
You are buff, boy.
I'm so buff, baby.
Baby.
Baby. We love to see
Don't
it.
flirt with them too much.
Fair, fair, fair.
Hey.
Are the
We've got important things to do.
How-
We can flirt later.
how can we open these? I mean, are these
Yeah,
locked? I'm
Absolutely
assuming
locked,
they're
but they're locked on your side. They look like they're
Not-
easily unlockable. There's no
Okay,
fear.
okay,
It's just
cool.
a mechanism.
Notter literally would have just swung at it with his axe.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, if you kind of unlock all
Fair
of...
Lord, be careful. The people behind might get hurt if you do that.
I'm literally just
Oh.
picturing him like hacking at it with an axe, and then someone just walks up and like pulls the slide lock open and is like,
If you kind
really,
of
dude?
unlock all of the ladies,
Embarrassing.
you would have a
Embarrassing.
total of 8. Looks like they had the entirety of the space filled. And they all have
Embarrassing.
the same outfit on, which is creepy. They don't appear to have any wounds or anything on them. However, there does appear to be something off about the entire outfit. Like they have a strange brooch kind of around the chest area.
You should probably take that off.
No.
Yeah, is it like
No. They
detect
kind of like
magic type
raise
of
their
deal?
hands. Please, no. Don't do it. Please don't do it.
Why?
If
What
you
is it?
inspect further, you will need to make a medicine check.
I think
I don't
can
got
do
it.
that, right?
Do we have to be proficient?
No, it would help though.
Oh, never mind. I have a bad medicine.
Roll it anyways. Everybody else is
Okay.
sucking.
Hey,
Nodder!
Creature of nature, even though
See the 6 and 7s, and Nodder is looking at it, and you immediately realize what's happening here.
he specifically experienced this one thing this one time.
It's not good. It's not good what's happening here. So the weird, strange brooch appears to be kind of a shape that's similar to the tree patterning you saw in the Bitterheart Forest, that same kind of painting, but it's like ornate and like platinum, right? Looking at it from the side, though, you can see that there's a pin about, a few millimeters thick that is connected to the back of it that goes through the shirt, but you can also see that it goes through the flesh. It seems like it's connected
God.
to a spot known as the heart. Like they put a pin in her heart.
Oh
Oh,
man.
no.
So
We'll
they'll have to
figure
get
out
it
how to take
surgically
this from you.
removed.
They said they were trying to make our hearts bitter, and then they were going to turn our souls into new bodies. And this other one says, yeah, no, I saw one of them that they did it to. When they pulled the pin from her, her blood just spurted everywhere. It was so horrifying. And the other one says, you're like them, and points at Aveline, and all the other girls go, what? Confused. The only one that seems to point at Aveline and says, you're like them, is that one. Shut up, pull the pin.
She knows too much.
Oh no.
What do you mean by that?
They're like her. They're not real.
They're dolls.
Yeah. Muted tech.
Also, it's very rude to tell someone that they're not real, just
Well-
so they know.
They're not real.
We will figure out a way to protect you from this curse.
Zach.
We will do our best.
Yeah.
Zach.
Oh, he's going through what I went through.
Oh no.
No, he's talking to someone
I
else.
am so sorry. I was talking to my spouse.
Oh, okay.
He
Oh.
was asking me questions.
Gotcha.
No.
You're good.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
How
Just
very-
making sure you weren't saying something really epic.
How very dare she? Meepo says he will lead them back into the main chamber.
All right.
And hold position there until you tell him to go or not. Okay?
Is there a way for that was a magical like thing of like a one-on-one communication, right?
What's that?
Like there like remembered in one of the sessions there was like a magical stone. that you could
Only
sort of, like-
inside
I
the
don't-
city.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Oh,
you're-
that's
Only
right.
work
The
inside
city.
Knock. Yeah.
Cor-
Yeah, yeah,
correction
yeah.
though, you do have a sending stone with Meepo because remember you send Meepo to the city from Ta, so you do have a direct a line of contact with him.
Okay. Cool.
You'd be
I was like,
send it out.
how am I gonna tell Meepo everything's okay to go, or like
Send it out
if
more,
Meepo told
good
me.
buddy. 10-4, good buddy.
Pitter patter, let's get at.
All right. So that being said, you have sent them along their way with Meepo, and I'll remove Meepo from the board.
I don't know why, but I feel like Meepo would absolutely abuse a walkie-talkie.
Yeah. He is the type.
He'd find the Morse code function, and you just hear like boop boop.
Yes.
Keep the line clear.
He doesn't even know Morse code.
How would he?
Like the beeps.
How would he? How would you like to proceed?
More exploring.
We keep pushing, keep
Yeah.
pushing.
All right.
Anything of interest that we noticed inside of the cells? Like, were there any sort of like things?
No, there's toilet, bed. It's a very comfortable prison, but it's still a 10 by 15 space. Not terribly large, but looks like they were confined in it. But it looks like they were kind of given pleasantries. There's, some of them had books in their aprons, so it looks like they had some form of entertainment as well. But yeah, if you head south, back down this way.
Disturbing.
As we're walking.
Before we move on, sorry, were they captured and enslaved, or were they tricked?
They appear to state, if you ask them,
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Sifrit's Pass. I was taken a few weeks ago and handed over by some wizard to another. They had ghoulish creatures lording over us. Another one says, "Oh, I was just wandering out from my village." She mentions a village not too far away from Barrington, and says, "I was picking flowers and I was taken by weird tree creatures."
So then, has Nodder been hearing anything about a lot of missing persons from these villages?
Not really.
No.
No, it sounds like it's a collection of people from kind of random points.
Oh, so it's widespread enough to where
It wouldn't be noticed. It's not like they're focusing.
It's
on
a hard to find pattern.
They're not kidnapping like the mayor's daughter, right?
There's just some random flower girl, and then this other one was in Sifrit's Pass, and apparently was a prisoner of the necromancer and passed over. So it does sound like there is some baton passing there.
Out of character,
Yeah.
is this the guy that we allowed to live?
No,
Oh, just kidding.
no, he effed off.
He
Okay.
learned the error of his ways. Anyway, so south?
South it is.
As we're walking, Nodder would be like, he's not familiar with necromancers. Like, I'm not familiar with necromancers using plants this much. Is this?
Yeah, that's pretty fucky.
Have you guys, like, Ballerina and Penny Valka?
Wait.
Like, I know you guys might not know personally, but
Wow.
have you guys experienced necromancers that use plants like this before?
I certainly never have.
No.
Yeah, it's
Wait, have I? Do I have any arcane knowledge of
it's certainly
such
not
fuckery?
common, but one of the largest kind of targets of enclaves is Blightbearers, and Blightbearers are basically like druids that are cult-like and kind of form their own circles that are negatively kind of focused instead of positively focused like elvish enclave circles would be. They're not so much about growth, more about decay.
Naughty druids.
They're bad druids. And yeah, they're not druids.
Just
I see
because
what he
like
did there.
it's all kind of like it's very similar in the types of things that we've experienced with Gothias, but it's just slightly different in many ways. So it's like, what are we dealing with here?
So you open the door. Inside there is a treasure chest. And on the wall behind the treasure chest, there appears to be yet another painting. This
Oh, what's
one
it of?
appears to be of a burning landscape filled with mists and fog,
Oh my god.
with strange, white-eyed people walking about. The title or placard says, "The Mirror That Smokes." And if you have religion trained, you recognize that terminology immediately.
I do.
The Mirror That
do.
Smokes is another name for Omegadon, one of the 13 gates of Ashtar, or Hells. It is specifically the Hell of Deception.
Ooh. Cool.
Which
This place looks sick. But yeah.
I mean, oh no, that's bad.
Another notation there. The Hell of Deception is where Vizdas Teshnin, the Deceiver, reigns. And if you recall, Nodder, you recall.
There were some kind of deals. I don't remember what they were anymore.
The one that locked you in the basement inside of Torinor Keep was a servant of the Deceiver who made you decide who was leaving that place and who was
Our
staying.
favorite Smoky Fox
It was
boy.
the
Smoky
pretty
Fox.
fox.
I forgot he also was
Hey.
Sorry.
the like
Real
mediator for
quick.
that.
They.
They.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Elizabeth did say boy. She
I meant with an I.
NB.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, I meant boy.
Boy.
No, I didn't. I'm
We
sorry.
do
They.
have a
They.
fox that is particularly deceitful. That comes to mind. That said, the
I
treasure,
hate that dude.
the treasure
No, for
chest,
real. They were not letting us out.
the treasure chest is perfectly something that you could open if you wish to do so.
No one mentions this fox person, right? Out
No.
loud, because Belroth is going to get upset. That dude was creepy.
Aww.
Oh, you guys
Does
met
not
him?
like them.
It's creepy.
It's so sad that you would think that.
No. He was very uncomfortable.
Damn foxes, Jeff. Nobody likes the fox. I love the fox. Okay, so
I love the fox. The
Are
fox
we-
is my favorite.
are we opening the treasure chest?
Why not? Fuck
Why
around
not?
and find out.
Inside,
It's a mimic.
I love
Is
not
a-
stepping over symbols.
beautiful purple silk and crushed velvet around the exterior pillow. And seated on top of the pillow is a small marble statue with kind of shining gold eyes, a single blue gemstone in the center of its head. It appears to be the visage of a fox. And if you'd like to take 10 minutes and cast Identify, it does appear to be a magic item.
Belroth closes
Okay.
the chest.
Alex, Blaine ritually casting the Identify spell. Sound good? It is the icon of cunning. And that's what it looks like. And that's what it does.
Yeah, that's a hard note
Oh
for
my
me.
god, I love it. Look how cute he is.
No.
Trypophobia.
I take it. He's so cute.
Why are his eyes all crooked?
I don't know. Leave me
Because it's
alone.
an AI.
The AI doesn't know how to face.
He's doing his best.
It's just a.
The AI is
Just an
doing
AI.
work.
He's just
Hey,
numbers.
yeah. Yeah, I don't have to draw
It's
stuff.
doing work.
And like there's a lot of stuff I'm going to draw still, but like
But
there's
it's like
a lot of
stuff
stuff
like
I'm
this-
still gonna outsource and have drawn. There's like I'm not doing that, but just I think more or less what my brain is doing with it is utilizing it as a tool to flesh out the look of the realm
Mhm.
and then work at filling it out with what I actually want.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the
like, you're
issue is
passionate
that
about
it
the big
looks
stuff, and this can
too.
take-
It
The
looks-
issue is that it looks too much like flesh.
Oh.
Ugh.
we
It's
love that. We
a
love that
little
for them.
uncanny valley.
Are you
Yeah.
opening up the next door?
Yeah.
Yay!
I
It's
want the
another.
statue.
It's a. Do you take the statue from everyone?
Yeah.
You had to
I
identify it, so
want
yeah,
the statue.
you have it.
Oh yeah.
That's my payment. Thank you.
I put it on the
Icon of coming.
list.
Another treasure chest, differently colored, but about the same size. And on the back wall of this chamber is yet another painting. This one is titled Twilight End, and it appears to look like this.
Ooh, I
these
remember
pics.
posting this.
Is this AI too?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's like actually pretty cool composition.
It's giving like anime
Right.
finality.
Castlevania.
Right,
Final
Castlevania Ghibli vibe.
Fantasy Castle meets Castlevania.
It
is what
appears
gives
to be
me.
two subjects standing at some sort of lake, or possibly like massive kind of pool. Feathers seem to be kind of rising up from the pool. The two figures in question, one appears to be much smaller than the other. The taller one appears to have blonde hair. The smaller one appears to have black hair.
Is there any like religious significance?
It doesn't seem like there's any significance to this without kind of being in an in-group. You definitely have a vibe that like the title isn't helping, everything else is not really helping.
Some Gothias bullshit.
Possibly. Gothias is not blonde,
Oh,
He does have black hair.
and neither are any of the Torinors you've seen so far.
What about that blonde guy from the opera?
That was someone else.
Okay.
Open the chest.
Okay. Inside is... Hold on a second here.
A mimic.
No.
Sorry.
I
Every
think
time I open a chest.
Who the fuck do you think I am, Chad?
Yeah. Hi, Chad.
Someone clip that.
Everything's a mimic. Everything's a mimic. Hey guys, welcome to Spelljammer. We're running a cool Spelljammer campaign, and you're on a Spelljammer ship. Guess what? It's a mimic, bitch.
Can you beat a mimic just by like wrapping it up in rope? Is it like an alligator? You hold its mouth shut?
No, because it's actually a shape changer. It can just shift
Yeah.
around that.
Oh,
Making
what?
itself
Why aren't there
small.
ladder mimics?
Ladder
Oh, I'm
mimics?
sure there could
There
be.
could be, yeah. That's absolutely a thing.
Could
Sure.
train mimics to
Rope mimic?
So inside
do a
is
kids program on stage.
inside of this is a very ornate brooch. It doesn't appear to have any kind of indicators or signifiers that make it significant, but it does appear to be a magical item that would require attunement. If you use the casting of Identify, you would learn that it is a brooch of shielding.
Ooh.
Are there any other wizards around here?
We have an artificer, but yeah, not a wizard. No,
So,
you stealing it?
I got the little statue.
well, I think,
How we got the statue?
Panavelka is not a greedy bitch, so she'll say, I may make use of that later, but she's not going to fight anybody about it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Do
pocket.
it.
The iconic. This guy's got an ego. They got an ego.
So it is going with Penny Velka.
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to continue on to the other doors around the way? All right. The next one you open, similar in kind, has a treasure chest. That'll be over here. And the painting on the wall looks like this, and the placard reads, The Hunter. Based on the hat, iron, Nodder and Aveline would recognize this as the very cool, very awesome monster hunter that you met inside of the
Nice.
Dread Realm. And it does appear that he is pushing the wilds of the Bitterheart Forest to the side.
I gotta find his name again.
the treasure chest. I assume you open
Yeah.
a cloak and a pair of boots that appear to be very ornately made by the elves, possibly with indicators denoting them as Hreeve, like very ancient Hreeve articles of attire here. For just fast tracking it, identify boots of Elvenkind for the boots and a cloak of Elvenkind for the cloak. And the next door.
Do those have to be attuned?
Boots of Elvenkind
I can look it up if
Yeah.
you don't have it up.
do not. Boots don't. I think cloak does. All right. Next door you open. I do hate to be boring, but it is yet another treasure chest. And as that's happening, Aveline, you're moving to the next one. It appears to be another bloodstone room. Seems like these are identical. So real quick though, the painting on the wall inside of the treasure chest room is painting. This one looks familiar.
Ooh.
So you'll note that they are listed as the trees of death, and it would appear that the 3 trees in question, not on the indicator, but I will say that if you look very closely, it looks like penned inside of the trunks of these, you would see 3 names, and it looks like they are interconnected. The one at the base, the name kind of etched into the tree says Chandra Nikto, which, if you recall, demon huntery folks, is one of the servants of the Deceiver, but also one of the servants of Ashmedea, the Dragon Queen of Greed, also known as the Puppet Master. It appears that this name is etched on the first tree. The tree to the left, which appears to be the larger of the trees, has the name Gulthias Torinor written on it. And the name on the far right on that tree, you see the name Hero Rockscale. So whoever painted this relatively recently. Or time fuckery, remembering that the dread plane where Gulthias was technically from the past. It could be the case that Hero's been in that hell for a lot longer than you would imagine.
True. Well.
In the room that you are in, another painting of a person's portrait. This one looks identical to Lord Gulthias as you knew him in life.
Oh.
Aveline.
Okay, yeah.
It also says Lord Turner. And yes, their eyes are messed up. Leave me alone. This one's not supposed to. The other one was.
That's pretty good though. That's AI.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's 'cause I said a bad word.
But yeah, this
But he
appears.
does look like the other dude.
Yeah. Yeah. They were based on the same descriptor with slight alterations.
Nice.
Too perfectly
What's in
symmetrical.
Kind of looks like
this chest?
European vampire Jesus.
Yes!
That's exactly what I typed. Yeah. In the
Oh.
Did you?
vampire. No, it was a lot.
European vampire Jesus, por favor.
longer.
Okay, but now
Yeah.
you have to put that in.
So I used a root picture as the base, and then I used this descriptor in it. Here, this is what I typed in there for him, and then the other one with weird eye.
With weird eye.
Yeah, it nailed it after 5 or 6 tries.
That's how I am.
Anyhow,
I got
No,
it.
that's awesome.
yeah, I mean it again. I do not recommend it for replacing like corporate art because it's very sketchy.
For
Like,
sure.
but I do recommend it if you're a dungeon master who's just thriving and getting by, and maybe one day you'll blow up big and you'll be able to pay people. That's not me right now. I can't do that.
Also, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's
It
a really,
gives good ideas.
and
Yeah.
it seems like a really easy way to just fill out the background without having to invest hours and hours of work for fluff
Mhm.
stuff, and then you can focus more on your main stuff.
100%.
Yeah.
Also, for me,
So
it's
this-
motivation to start writing stuff down. Anywho,
Nice.
so that's what's in there. And the bloodstone, do you pick it up and take it?
What's in the box?
Stephanie?
It's a stone.
Yes.
Okay.
This
You have
box.
2 bloodstones.
2 of them.
Okay. You'll note that this loops around right back around to the other side.
Wait, what was in this?
Oh, the treasure
box?
chest? Sorry. I
Yeah.
apologize. Thank you.
What's in the box?
Inside, you see what appears to be a dagger, very crystalline hilt, a very crystal blade, like its blade is just a crystal. It looks like it has like a rose patterning kind of in the center of the hilt, and it's got a very bluish color to it. It appears to be some sort of shard of glass. As Aveline comes over and identifies it, you would know that it is a soul shard, a unique type of dagger.
So Bait has shown no interest in anything really that's come along. Like, yeah, he could probably use the boots because how cool would it be to be silently walking across the ceiling when nobody can know that I'm there? But like this, he walks into the room and just like reaches out for it. No words, just like
Hand. You are the dagger man.
just like this look of pure love. It's love. It's
Yeah.
true intimate love between a man and an object that just like
You just had to
this
be
is
there,
it's
man.
a new tool.
You you find bait on like one of those like shitty TLC shows where like the guy marries the car except he's marrying his dagger
That's
collection.
Really, really quietly, like underneath your breath too. Ballerina would probably hear him just say, "It's beautiful."
Oh my god.
Disgusting.
Aw,
Just
that's
walks
kind of
out.
wholesome.
It's cute.
And to fast track it a little bit, I just will unveil kind of what's kind of going next because it's very similar. It's stuff that you've seen before. In the pass to the left, it's a mirror identical situation with a number of prison cells.
Yeah.
It does look like 8 more women with a similar setup have been kind of placed in the cells to the left. You're able to rescue them, and they are able to answer any questions that you may have. If you open that door there, you would see that it's another room with like a dead body like the Atten was in.
Oh.
However, this person does not appear to have any lacerations or cuts. They're just laying there dead.
Well, that's boring.
Do they have a heart?
Does not
Is
look
there a
like
way
there
to
are
tell?
any extractions, any kind of things that would have removed anything. The only way to tell for certain whether or not they have a heart inside of them would be to perform an autopsy.
Oh,
Hmm.
And
Building
Like-
medicine.
this chamber to the north, mirror identical. It's the room that seems to have been a clean room, and there is a basin of water for cleaning stuff off. Oh, sorry, and it's not
Oh.
showing up very clearly, but there's a fog wall there.
Okay, I see.
To the south.
Here.
Aha.
And-
I missed it.
So we understand what a
Missed
fog
it.
wall is. So we understand what a fog wall is, Aveline, so
Yeah.
you have an idea. Remember the mists on the border of the Golthias' realm where you could see people like wandering aimlessly? It's like a tunnel filled with that. But yeah,
We've already gone through a fog wall, right?
we
Well,
have, but you
we
had to
dissipated a
unlock
fog.
it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had to unlock it.
Oh, there was a
somehow.
puzzle.
Yeah, you had
Yeah.
to drop stuff into a blood pool. That's
God
how
damn
worked
it.
last
Oh,
time.
do
So-
we
I think
need
our
to
sword-
drop those things into the blood pool?
What
I think
thing?
the swords go into those.
The
evils.
hands
Or the stones.
They
or
invent
the
him.
stones.
Where are the swords?
So like in wait, not there. Like
I feel like
here?
it might be the swords.
I'm thinking swords.
So the blood pool that seems to be the source of the blood that leads south is this one.
And what was the
Okay.
object that was closest to it? The sword?
You've pulled 2 swords of mercy. You pulled
Mhm.
2 bloodstones, which are like strange gemstones covered with this oily slick of blood that seems to be kind of moving about on its surface. And you have recovered the magic items.
Both
but-
of the swords were over here.
Both of the swords
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
up a ways, yeah.
And there's 2 holes here.
Do you inspect the holes?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
the holes.
Okay.
that
It
you
seems to
guys
be kind of dark towards the middle, but as you kind of peer at it a little bit, and the water kind of flowing from the north side to the south is intermixing with the blood here. It's not able to flow past because of the consistency of the blood flowing here, but it does allow for a visual at the bottom of the basin. It looks like there are 2, like in each one of them, one sword-like slit, like a similar
Okay.
cavity to the ones in the
Okay,
thingamabobs.
so I will put my sword in this one because
And
it
then-
came out of this one.
Yeah. I'll put mine in this.
Okay. You slide them in. They seem to slot in neatly, and they just stand there now.
And then
They don't seem to change anything or do anything. They just are now there.
Swap them.
Yeah.
Well, what's in?
What's what?
Is there anything about?
It's
this?
another blood pool. It seems to be fathomless, just like the ones back in the way, but it looks like it's running over and kind of spilling out onto the floor,
Okay.
or rather onto the 2 channels.
And that fog wall isn't down.
Fog wall's not down by the swords, no.
Can we switch them real quick? Does that do anything?
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I moved the tree.
Thanks. Hmm.
I mean, we had to put stuff in the pools last time.
I guess we do still have the blood gems.
Do you want to toss the blood gems in there? Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna put them in the basins where the sword
No, they seem to float on the blood, and the blood's not moving at a terribly fast pace, but it almost seems like they're kind of sailing away from you when you set them there, so you kind of pick them up and kind of make sure you don't let them too far. They are a bit slippery. Can you make a dexterity saving throw?
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Bobbing for apples.
Oh.
That's 3 ones and 2 rolls.
Oh my god.
So your hand kind of grasps on it, and it kind of shoots out like soap would kind of shoot out of your hand if you squeeze too hard on it. And you kind of reach up to grab it, and you do, but it kind of like lets go again. It bounces all over the floor, kind of leaving blood everywhere, but you can kind of see the gemstone kind of slide across the way a bit. It doesn't change anything. The gemstone's not broken or anything, but the thing that you notice the most is the blood that was splattering off of it seemed to be blood that was kind of on it when it was dropped into the pool, but also a little bit of the weird kind of greasy matter that was on it as well.
The blood washes it off?
By the way, there's
No, it doesn't seem to wash it off. It just seems like the action of kind of dropping it weirdly caused a little bit of it to come off.
There's 2 blood basins down here in the southeast.
There are.
Oh.
Huge.
That might be the trick.
Wait.
There's also a water pool too, I thought, but
There are 2 water basins. That's correct.
uh
Wait,
So-
yeah.
In
Have we been
here.
here?
Real quick, I think we've kind of covered everywhere in the chamber, so give me a second here. I'll make it easier for you.
oh
Oh, thank God.
Oh shit.
That help?
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
The ladies on the left are obviously gone. They went to go hang out with Meepo. Once those ladies have been ejected, are you going to send Meepo along with the A16 ladies?
Yeah.
Nodder?
Meepo and his
I-
16 ladies.
I am down for that.
Okay. He will take them.
Oh, jeez.
Do it. Do it.
It sounded ominous.
Let's go, bitches!
Meepo!
Oh! Naughty!
Whoa! Whoa, Meepo!
Who taught you that
Not-
word?
Not cool.
Who taught Meepo that? Who taught him a swear?
It was probably Sen.
It was David in the chat using the word bitch and me having to approve the word.
Oh shit.
You know, your son can hear these kind of words.
I didn't realize
He can read the chat.
you could read the chat.
I didn't realize Meepo could read.
I
Awesome.
typed it out and I was like, Automod. Oh, it's because I said a bad word.
Naughty.
But yeah,
All right. Let's try. I don't know. Let's try washing the stones off in the water.
okay. If you go into the cleaning basins and you put the bloodstones in them after very short fashion, the blood substance is removed, and the gemstones are just a nice, ornate red, shiny, crisp, and clear.
Mm.
Oh.
Then what do you do with them?
Maybe put them in these ones.
Throw them in there.
Yeah,
Toss them.
toss them in.
Okay, so you toss them in. They think for just a moment, and then they immediately become buoyant. And you see that the sheen, the weird greasy matter, blood that was on them before, has been renewed.
So they don't like blood.
These basins have a bottom, by the way. They do not look like they are endless basins like the one in the other chamber.
Clean them again.
What if we put them in the water?
Yeah, that's already happened. So we're going to put them in the water again, clean them off.
Oh, you're right.
Sure, why not?
Sorry,
Okay,
I
there.
forgot.
Clean once again.
Can we try the other basin in the
Throw them in
main
this
room?
basin.
Yeah.
Again? Didn't
Okay.
we? Oh, wait, no, we put them in these.
The swords are in
Yeah.
those, and yeah, you put them in the weird size. But if you toss them into the larger basin, they immediately sink. After they do so, the swords drop fully down to the sword guards, and then you see the liquid that is in this pool become clear and start flowing out into the blood. It seems to cause it to intermix and slowly wash clean the channel waves.
And I drink it.
And the mist wall disappears.
Woo!
Does it look drinkable?
I wouldn't say so. It's because it's still mixing with the blood. Like,
Okay.
I'll be honest. I hate fountains.
They're gross.
I really hate fountains. I just want to say that. Can we not drink fountains? Okay.
That's fine.
So-
That's fine.
Are we heading south?
Yeah.
Okay. Just form up near that door, and we'll copy.
Wait, where am I? Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
Don't say on each other. Probably fine for order and lick.
Bateria.
Is this where those weird, gross piggy things were? Like here?
No.
No, that was in the other room.
Oh, okay.
All right. As you enter into this space, you can see that the blood still running. It's lightning, but it seems to run to a point where there are two channelways that immediately hit and cause the blood to become even thicker and more bright, vibrant red, and then it all flows southwards. So this intersection, you can see that there's blood flowing from the left and blood flowing from the right. Directly ahead, it looks like you see a pair of pillars in the center with a number of death markers around them. To the right, you can see a massive pool. To the left, you can see a massive pool. And to both sides, you can hear what sounds like someone slowly stirring a bowl of macaroni and cheese.
What?
It's like a...
No. Disgusting.
Thank you for the
Die.
Foley work.
You're welcome.
Macaroni in the pot.
That could be so many things. It
Good.
could be just mac and cheese.
I don't think it's
I
mac and
hope-
cheese.
I-
Fantasy mac and cheese? Like what?
Aveline, just heads up. These little skull dudes will kill you. Do not step.
Yeah, do not
Mm.
step.
Nodder's face just filled with embarrassment shame.
Yeah, Belroth literally just like
Embarrassment.
does the
Really?
whole
Embarrassment.
Really strange to see a bear blush.
Nodder's face filled with shame, embarrassment,
Little
no
red.
blush.
I just imagine like a dog that like
They project
you've
out.
reprimanded.
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
dog just looks back.
Nodder, in his stress from having to be like an actual like civil servant of some kind, he started losing hair, and you can see some patches of skin. Maybe.
Oh no.
No, I don't want that to be
That's not true.
canon.
You wish to
Just
go
like it.
to the left, to the right, or south?
Where's the noise coming from?
From the left and the right.
I mean, we should probably go kill whatever's making that noise.
Yeah,
Let's be
I like
honest.
it.
But I also want to see what the end of this puzzle is going to look like. Like, I want to go down just to see what's down there, and then we can pick a side.
Okay.
Oh, we're going this way.
All right.
There's a-
Okay, stop. Once you step there, you can see that to your side there is a marker. You can see to your other side there is another marker.
Oh no.
As you pass between the two, you feel the hairs on your body stand on end.
No.
Make a Constitution saving throw, Nodder and Panavolka.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. So the two of you feel this wave of death burst out from both of them and immediately kind of slam into the two of you. You take 13 points of necrotic damage and are shunted backwards and away 5 feet.
Oh
It would have been
no.
much further had you stepped in further. But Belroth, I would say that since they kind of went in first, you would be behind them and kind of be knocked back.
Yep.
Sparing you from that. Panavolka, what you'll notice is that didn't disarm the trap. You can still see the kind of live, wired nature of this space between.
Where are the markers?
12, 20.
There.
They're on the two ends.
Oh,
They're-
those fucking
yeah.
dicks.
Totally didn't think it was a trip line. I thought it was the step over kind.
Yeah, me too.
We
Okay.
like to keep you on your toes.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
off
John.
of them, apparently.
Yeah, we're off of them.
Oh yeah, fair. So a lot of you kind of move into the other chamber
Found
as
a trap, guys.
that's
His-
happening.
His toes and
You see that there's a door to the left. Inspiration for that. That was
That's the
really
only
good.
bands.
Thank you.
There's a door to the left, another door up ahead. Looks like a small alcove off to the side, kind of higher up on the tier there. Each of these kind of levels seems to be about 3 feet high. And you can see that the liquid coming down is coming from the font directly kind of in front of you lot. To the right, you see that there's a staircase. Further right of that, there's another staircase up onto the next level. And up on that next level, there is a massive painting. And in front of that massive painting, we'll describe what you're looking at. But first, the painting. The painting looks like this, which is an artist's rendition of what appears to be a very Aveline face, surrounded by a very Aveline figures in this very stylistic painting. Her eyes are bright red. It looks like more Aveline and less like the statue.
Spooky.
Panavalka
that's
gives
super
Avelina a look like
But it obviously looks like artistic liberties were taken and it's not precise. But the thing in front of the painting, again, painting here, looks like a huge candle that's just melting, kind of just seeping in and amongst itself. And as you kind of look to it, you see two pseudopods kind of extend outwards, and a massive eye just opens up from inside the center of the thing. You then hear a voice say, "Hello,
Mm-mm.
welcome, honored guest."
Mm-mm.
It seems to be gesturing at you lot.
Who you?
Okay. Well, I'm not one. of
He's
these
less
guys.
French
Who
than I
are
was
you?
expecting.
I am a servant of the Deceiver, and you are not a Razorclaws, Lord of Bearton, servant of the lands of Tar.
What is the deceiver doing in this part of the world?
We were summoned forth by one of his blood. It seems that a similar offer is on the table. The one you seek, the one who is warping the necrotic magics in this realm. He is just beyond, gestures towards the kind of hallway you came. You assume beyond the death barriers. The creature, for those of you who have Arcana trained, would recognize as a Yochlol, which is a fiend, a neutral evil fiend. Yochlols are basically beings of pure evil and malice. Like demons and devils, they typically serve greater evil beings, and this one has claimed to serve Vistus Teshnet, the Deceiver, who you've already seen has markers inside of this space.
Mm-hmm.
So, it would seem that you intend to destroy the one who is trying to make this bargain with Chandra Nikto.
Yes.
We enjoy this very much. My master, on our last meeting, was very happy with the transaction that we were able to agree upon. Even more so with you, points to Velroth, with its weird pseudopody kind of nature. So then.
Why is this thing talking to me?
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not know that your perceived self-importance was beyond reproach. I will hold back my speaking to those who are more akin to my level. Looks to Nodder, my lord. It kind of a little bit over towards you. You have nothing to fear of me. What a servant.
There's a natural distrust for the people you work for.
Of course. It's expected. It's hoped for, even. I serve one who lies. I have not told you a single truth, other than the truth of the matter at hand, so far. But you brandish blades and spellcraft. It probably would not be hard for you to make short work. Simple beings such as me. It kind of says that as it's saying it. It's almost like taking a more kind of like aggressive posture, which Nodder you recognize kind of from Bear Folk society. Like you get big. That's how you kind of like address like that. But even still, it is just a weird pile of wax.
One eye, right?
Oh, big old eye that's just kind of inside the wax. Yeah.
Did he just say that he's a liar?
Yeah.
Serves a lie.
Serves a liar is a liar.
The same thing.
Oh, it is a paradox, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Have you been working to keep those women enslaved?
That is not my labor. No, apologies. You must understand. We were brought here to assist in a different matter, but unfortunately, the task that has been taken on by the, I will say, very strange individual are less than what I think is necessary. All he had to do was give us his soul. But unfortunately, he is trying to take matters into his own hands.
Who is?
You have not met him yet. Mordecai.
Is he lying right now?
We won't be able to know.
You will never know.
Mordecai is the one who reigns here.
We can't trust this thing.
I don't think you understand, Pyle. I am a servant of the Deceiver. Sometimes the best way to deceive is with truths. No, you cannot trust me, but I assure you, I have spoken no falsehoods as of yet. However, my goals are my own. As are Chandra Nikto's. Looking to Nodder.
Fair enough.
Chandra's caused too much trouble in my life.
The Puppet Master is very much intrinsically linked to this space, due in part to the power of the mists present. But the one named Mordecai wishes to usurp what Chandra has given freely to your friend, Hero, and has worked laboriously to try and do so. Chandra currently sits with him in his labors. He has not been successful thus far.
What about the former Dreadlord Gothias?
His body has been rent from the Dread Plane and is used in the machinations of Wodakai. But his other self has been allowed to go free. That was the deal.
So he's not here then.
Correct. Well, kind
In theory.
of gestures. I can smell him upon you, but not much of him.
Ah.
Pulls the finger out.
Oh.
Fuck.
So, Lord Razorclaws, I will tell you there are going to be horrors. I'm assuming that Bait is opening that door as that's all going on.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's gotten bored with this.
Yeah.
It's just like
The creature says,
he said we don't need to kill this.
I assure you there are going to be horrors that you see within this space. And as that's being said, it kind of, the camera zooms in behind Bait, and Bait's kind of opening the door with the knife in his hand. And like as he's opening the door and looks inside, you see a pile of a bunch of dead people. All different types of clothing throughout, all different states of decay, all laying, bleeding, and just leaking onto one another. It smells foul in here, but that's at least a couple dozen, or possibly a few dozen people just stacked in a pile in here. And some of them look like they have signs of undeath about them. Some of them don't. It's a hot mix of a hot mess of people.
Delicious.
Slowly closes the door.
Beautiful.
The Alcohol kind of looks back to Lord Razorclaws and says, I do not wish for him to succeed. We very much like our current Dreadlord. Will you help us kill Wodakai? It
I'll help you do anything. You're disgusting and distasteful to me.
Balroth is just like, we fight.
Talk.
I mean, I believe that we're going for the same.
Yeah, but we're not. I'm not talking to him about that guy.
The eye kind of narrows, the wax kind of like filling out around it. Like almost like eyelids would kind of like close as if it was kind of like scrutinizing you. And then it says, I can sense the lingering nature of the traps of this place about you, Lord Razorclaws.
Nah. It's calling you out.
I can help you with that.
So what, we just throw him on the sigils?
Well, that would work to a degree, but I am not quite. It just kind of drops to the ground in like a mass with the eye just sitting there, and it kind of turns like in the mass towards you. Very throwable. And then back up to its full candle-like stature. However,
I don't like it.
do know how to disarm it. It says as its pseudopod kind of like moves up to its eye, and then it kind of points at the door next to Bellarina.
Oh, this one?
Mm-hmm. Do you open it?
Yeah.
Inside there is a very strange looking metal platform, maybe about a couple feet high. On the top of it is what appears to be kind of like a turnstile,
Like a yoke?
Yes, thank you. Like a yoke. It appears that it has a number of different arms, and it looks like it is kind of set in the center, a kind of clear crystal in its space. The Yoklal kind of, as you open the door and look at it and investigate, you hear its voice say from behind you, spin it clockwise it will disarm the first trap. My compatriot on the opposite side will allow you access to the other one. Now, as I have given you a bit of information, I will explain a little further. Once the barriers are down, and you have spun those wheels, we wish to return to our master. So we will follow you in as you make your way to the master of this place. What you do with him is your own purview. You will simply go to serve our master. Knowing this, and understanding the transaction as such, do you agree to it?
I just like you, Eyeball.
I know. I will explain to you very simply. If it was your wish, Lord Razorclaws, you could destroy me, especially with the agents you have about you. But also know this, doing so would not trouble me or my master. It would not serve as a hindrance. There would be no boon for defeating me. It would be pointless. But if it is your wish, I will not stop you from doing it.
Otter just aggressively kicks the ball up against the wall. He stomps backwards. Yes. Ah! Why is it smarter than me? We're gonna do what we gotta do. We're gonna spin it anyway.
All right.
It
The Otter spins it.
said that-
Clockwise. It spins a full 360 rotation and then stops and then drops about a foot suddenly, kind of whoa. And then the gemstone on the top starts kind of glowing a soft black color.
I don't like that.
Why not? Half elf. Do you not understand that the magic has been encapsulated in a safer space?
I don't trust you.
It kind of slithers down, like passes by Bait, and kind of makes its way to the door. I will wait for you at the barrier. Go and speak with my compatriot. They will be overjoyed to know you are willing to assist. Looks in. It looks. The door was closed, but someone else opened it up and looked in. Right?
Which door?
What?
The door with the bodies inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bait
Oh.
did.
As
Yeah.
it steers past, you see its eye kind of just move through its core and kind of look into that door, and then you hear a such a waste, and then it continues moving.
I thought Bait closed it.
Bait
Yeah.
closed it, but someone else went over and opened it. I think.
Oh.
I thought I saw
Ooh.
somebody move over there. Did Aveline open the
What?
door, or no? Am I a crazy person?
I looked
No.
in, but
Okay.
Oh, I did go over there. I did.
No, that's right. Nodder went in and looked. So yeah, there's a bunch of dead bodies. But as the Yocklaw moves past it, it says, "Such a waste." Another thing I need to point out too: when the Yocklaw has been speaking, Nodder, you've been hearing it speak in Bearfolk. Panavolko, you've been hearing it speak in Elvish. Belroth, you've been hearing it speak in whatever your preferred tongue would be. Bait, Goblin, Bellarina, Elvish, and Aveline at the Sim Common. But yeah, you've been hearing it in your fundamentally primary language.
Spooky.
And the arcane people know that fiends can speak in tongues.
Do we
Yeah.
want to check the other doors on this side before we go to the other side, or we just
The
Oh,
door,
yeah, for sure,
the
for
door
sure.
next to it is a false door. You try and open it and try and force it open, but it just appears to be false. It's not a real door. And then when you move to this other one and open it, it's an empty space. But in the far end, it does appear to have a sleeping bag, like just a regular kind of bedroll and blanket.
Is it covered in wax?
Next to it is a book.
It's the eye is just a guy. They just have some kind of like camouflage or like transmog spell.
Next to it is a book.
Bait picks up the book.
Okay, it seems to be open on this page.
Oh no.
It has a bunch of notes, all written in fiend language, and it appears to be some sort of root structure. The essence of which is very similar to the sack you removed from the bottom of the tree. Although this looks like it has 3 of them.
Is it infernal?
It is infernal.
Nice.
Okay.
So Bait will go back to their group. Bait found book. Bait, no, read good.
Oh, thank you, Bait.
It's like on the page he handed, like open it on. It's like open to that, and he's just showing you the picture.
Panavalka would like read without touching it.
Very matted notes. It looks like there's just scribble, random kind of like exultations of like inspiration, like Eureka finds, but then they're like crossed out. And then it looks like they, whoever wrote this, is basically trying to create, from what you can decipher, a living dead tree. And it's doing so by cultivating hearts of the tree, or a body of the tree that will sustain it. And it's doing so by growing trees from the parts. It seems that there might be a third part of this creature, or of this thing that it's trying to create, somewhere within the complex.
Yum.
So like the trees that we encountered that we broke, there's a third one.
Yes, you would presume based on the notes that are present here.
Okay.
And then as Belroth and Ballerina come around the corner, you would see yet another room, very much a mirror of the opposite side. On the wall behind this one is a painting.
Ooh.
It appears to be just artistic license on traveling through the realm of the dead, or exiting out of the realm of the dead. The Yaklal in question kind of seeps towards you. Its eye kind of widenly opens. Then it says, welcome. Friend or foe?
Neither?
It then its eye kind of droops. And then it almost looks sad. And then it says, well, if you wish to fight me, you may. I will defend myself. If not, we can treat. I do not mind speaking to the sentient-minded. It just seems that as of late, most who have passed this way have been deceased. And it kind of gestures lazily with its pseudopod towards the door on the opposite side. Which, if Bait is opening, you would have a very similar response to it, as it, too, is filled with corpses.
Finds it every time.
Now,
Just steps this way.
filled with corpses, they're not the same, so it's not like an exact mirror. It looks like there's just more corpses on this side.
Lovely. Well, we have recently spoken with your friend on the opposite.
Then you already know what to do with the door, then, I suppose. It gestures towards the door.
Is it the
We
same?
do.
Yeah, it's identical. It's exactly the same.
No, not. He made a statement as if like he like it said something like it was saying, oh, then you guys like you already know what to do, but it wasn't confirming.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Oh,
Like, are you tricking me?
Same
Is
direction?
it the same?
I get you. It's identical. This will unlock the doom traps in the center of the chamber.
Mhm. Is it the
Better.
is the same clockwise direction?
Oh no, sorry, counterclockwise.
Another pout
Important
face.
information.
Dumps in the
Of
room and spins the thing. Have you
Spin
guys? Yeah.
Clicks, drops, black gemstone.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we'll be moving inside. It very quickly just darts past you lot, like very hurriedly, and then you hear it kind of move adjacent to the other one, and they kind of like together a bit. You then hear demonic talk, just like infernal speak. And if you speak the language, they say, finally, someone with sound logic and mind. We will see our master and be off from this place. Do you think we will return back to the Dreadplane? I hope not. It is a mess, the way he's left it. And then they kind of start moving into the chamber. Do you follow?
No. First, I'm checking doors.
False door here as well. Exactly identical. And yeah, inside of this one here, you see a similar room to the one where the bedroll was. However, this one is purely empty. However, on the back wall, there is a small alcove kind of settled inside of the wall, different than the other chamber. And settled out on top of this are 3 items: a dagger, a wand that is very stiletto-like. It's almost a dagger itself. It's made of metal. And then the last object is a coin. The coin appears to be made out of a rubyish colored stone, or a rainbow colored stone.
Looks like there's another dagger for you, Bait.
Not
Not
he
quite
goes to
as
pick
pretty.
up the dagger.
Yep, the dagger in question looks like it's a sacrificial dagger. And the lacerations that you've seen on a couple of the creatures match very much to this dagger.
Similar to a misery cord.
No, not a misery cord. It would be,
Or more ritual like.
yeah, more like a
ornate.
flang kind of knife. Yeah.
Okay. Adds to pouch.
Aveline, could you identify the wand for us?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool. The wand in question is... Checking my notes, sorry, bear with me here. It is a wand of wonder.
Yo.
It does not look exactly like the one in the image of Wand of Wonder. If you look it up in the compendium, it's similar to the core of it. It does not have the extremities.
And the coin, pick that up.
Not magical.
Okay.
I was about to say as a thief, but you're not playing Sen.
I'm not playing Sen.
Bait would recognize the coin and probably wouldn't have let it out of his sight. It's a Ryo, which is the highest form of currency in Osiria, Nock. It's worth anywhere between 500 to 1,000, depending on where you use it.
Damn.
Use it at the arcade.
If you use it at the arcade, you probably get about 250 out of it.
You probably get 2 games.
It's going to be about 250. But yeah, the creatures move on without you if you're continuing the search, so you assume that they make it to where they go. You do hear some sounds of what sounds like squabbling, but they...
Have all of us dealt with the deceiver then?
I have not.
I certainly have not.
I was gonna say, is there a way we can test this?
Knowing.
Well,
All
Ballerina just
right.
tested it.
So you would
What?
see that the traps don't blow up in your face. You would note that these 4 sections in the center seem to have had traps that would have affected you if you moved down the hall further, if you'd gotten past the first bit.
I guess we
Very-
could have like sidled around the side.
Could have tried. But yeah, you'd come to note that the further end you kind of get, moving everybody kind of to the same space here, moving further in, you would see that there are 2 passageways that lead off to the side. The blood seems to run off in these random directions. But the blood also seems to be coming from the south and meeting up. You would see that there are a set of kind of high-level dioceses. The Yakwals have taken their positions up on it. And you would see that in the center of this chamber, there is a massive golden statue. The golden statue's wrists appear to have been sliced open, and there's blood coming out. But there does not appear to be any kind of organic nature to this feminine statue. The feminine statue in question, her face very much looks like the face that was on the statue back there. So like a smirking Aveline is the best way to kind of describe it. Her hair is very much in a different style, though, and her attire in this statue's form appears to be much more regal. Aveline, you kind of put two and two together, and you think that this is some form or representation of the vampire known as Tears of Crimson. But why she looks like you're not sure. That's not something you are aware of being a connection, but certainly something that's present here. The blood that's running out of its wrists is dropping into two pools, or two containers, and it's overflowing out into the channels moving throughout the chamber. Standing at the foot of this, apparently going over some sort of ritual book and kind of speaking aloud to himself, is a blue tiefling. He's not wearing a shirt. He appears to have some strange markings on his neck and on his wrists, on his belly, and on his palms. And his horns are very prominently standing on end, and he's kind of moving his hands about in gesture. Then he stops, looks to the Yawkwall, and says, "They are the ones who allowed you in Infernal." And the Yawkwall says, "That is not our place to speak, Wolakai." And then you hear a ho, 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 coming from the statue. You then see a creature manifest from thin air, smoking a pipe, fox face, beautiful looking attire.
Magpie's expression.
Oh, sorry.
It would seem that fate has brought us back together once again, Bear Lord. Very interesting. Can you do me a favor and kill this interloper for me? I would very much enjoy your assistance in the matter. Mordecai turns and looks back at you.
Oh, so you'll owe me.
Oh, of course I would owe you. I would be willing to grant you a very specific boon if you were to do this for me. But also, I think it helps you out already. Did you not come up this way to deal with this fool? Mordecai kind of stops, places his hands to the side, and then throws his book kind of out in front of him. It kind of hits the ground. It's pointless. Yes, I've murdered. Yes, I've used dark magics and have consorted with members of the Senate of Ravens. Sure. Feel free to exact your justice. But
Like confession, right?
that's what it sounds like he just did.
We can kill him now.
Yeah. He says, but, and kind of raises his hand as you all kind of get what he's referenced. I can tell you one thing. Killing me will help them.
You can probably tell me more than that then.
Oh, is it going to need to be more than that? Because I thought that'd be enough. You're okay consorting with demons? Fuck.
We already
I
kind
would
of knew
like to know
about that.
specifically how.
I misapprehended you, Bear Lord. I thought you were good.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're gonna
Not
consort
really.
with demons,
Even
you
if
can-
you don't die, I would
Yeah.
like to know how it would help them. Because,
Well,
like,
I
mean, they
do I
did
now have to have a
tell us.
24/7 bodyguard on you at all times?
Oh, he doesn't understand what he's doing anyway. Just destroy him. Mordecai looks to you and says, "It will help them." Well, them, and kind of gestures towards the creature. Escape.
What makes you better than them, though?
Wait, he said escape though.
What a foolish notion. I am already free. I do not need to be freed of any space. I have influenced things across this kingdom. Well, kingdoms. Nock is such a strange region. I have helped others, like yourselves. I have done great things for everyone.
I was gonna say we did ally with him before, or with the fox before, so
Of
I
course.
wasn't happy with that deal either back then, Evelyn.
It was a creepy spider.
Who enslaved those women?
The Yawklaws and the fox all point down at Mordecai. They weren't being enslaved.
Who killed all those people?
Why do
I
they
did.
have?
he kind of says as he kind of raises his hands up and kind of like
Why?
The
Listen,
important part is the why.
listen. Death is a very real and tangible thing.
No shit.
No, you don't understand. It's not something that you just deal with leisurely as other people die around you. It is a very real thing that exists here, everywhere. And I have found a way to master it.
By killing people?
The butt drops in the bucket compared to those that have died throughout the ages,
But you're contributing to that bucket.
so that I can rectify it.
In what way?
He is a fool. It's a...
What you're speaking of is a heresy,
No,
a violation against the gods.
no, it's not. It's an allowance. Halloween is not allowed to enter this space because of some concordant it's signed with mortals. We can make her real here. We can bring death into this world and allow it to change into life.
Is there like a religious check we can make?
Yeah, can I make a
Can I
religion
just
check?
or a straight intelligence check? 'Cause, like,
Halloween is the goddess of life and death.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's focusing on the death
What-
aspect
Yeah.
to bring her
If you have
to.
If you have religion trained, what he's saying is heretical, and it is absolutely insane. It doesn't sound like it makes sense, but he seems to be very assured of
Okay,
it.
it's a heresy.
Yeah.
He's off his rocker.
He's a little cuckoo for Cocoa
okay, but
Puffs.
I'm just
I'll be honest, I
I'm
suggest
trying to
burning the whole
figure
house
out-
down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
what was he trying to turn those women into?
Slaves.
If by answering your question you will understand, allow it. Let me explain. He gestures towards Aveline.
No problem.
She was created by the one whose trail I have followed. She is beyond death. She lives outside of a physical body. She just happens to ride in one. You, points at Balroth, don't have that luxury. When you die, your soul goes on. If she dies, she could manifest in something else. She
Bull, would
could,
you call this a luxury?
compared to what we have, it must be. You don't feel pain. You have no need to eat or sleep or drink.
I mean,
But there's joys
no-
that are found in all those things.
Only
Yeah,
because
well.
they sate death. They stop death from taking us. If you do not drink water, you will die. If you do not eat
Yes.
food, you will die. So, of
Yes.
course, it feels great when you're not dying. She does not need those joys because she does not suffer the pains that they alleviate.
One could argue that
Okay,
both
but-
drinking and eating
You-
can lead to our own death
You
as
hear
well.
a tap, tap, tap of metal on the statue. You see her kind of like ashing out the and then like dispensing the contents of the pipe. Or sorry, they dispensing the contents of the pipe. Place something inside of it and kind of raise it to the lips. And before they start to kind of imbibe, they say, "Normally, I'm a huge fan of conversations and dialogue, but this is really tedious. If you wouldn't mind, Bear Lord, please butcher this heretic."
I mean,
mean-
there
Already?
Well,
doesn't
I'm just-
seem to
What
be
you're
a way to
talking
save
about
them.
here, just sandbagging.
Yeah, I mean, Panavalka's sword is drawn. She's ready.
yeah, I mean,
Moriarty,
sword
what you're-
is drawn, but like Balroth is actually like trying to understand what's going on.
Moriarty, what
There's
you're talking
no
about here
understanding.
ruins the cycle of nature. Death is a part of life.
Yeah.
This is a heretic and a madman
Fine.
and a mass murderer.
I will find power in death. When I do, I will make the world right. And when I am made correct, you will come and you will bow at my feet and kiss
Yeah,
my
I don't do
toes.
that. I don't do
If-
that. No, Balroth, he's done now. He's done understanding. All right, let's fuck him up.
Initiative. Also, the entire like him building up and trying to sound cool was absolutely just like dropped by the from the back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Slay. Oh my god, this guy's probably not going to survive very long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I missing? The bear. The bear did not get on there.
Evan rolled yet, no.
Do it. Do the thing.
I had another question though.
It sounds like we're going into
I
beat
know!
each other up mode.
You
Did
got
you roll?
first initiative though. Use your
Good
free
waste
action to
statistic.
ask your question.
Sure.
All right, initiative 21. You're first. Wodakai, during the kind of moments that he was speaking up, seems to have manifested, not brandished, manifested a blade. Whoever had the sacrificial dagger from the other room, you don't have it anymore.
Aww.
Can he?
Sorry, babe.
He can pull it out of the extra dimensional space of my sack. That's
Wherever it
totally
is.
fair.
Yeah.
I put it into the bait bag, so
Absolutely
it would have
fine.
been in an extra dimensional space. But that's
Yeah, it could pluck it from another dimension. It
does not have to be on the same plane. Is
Yeah.
totally fair.
It is soulbound. Nodder, you're up first. What are we doing?
All
We're
right,
crying.
Nodder
What are we crying
will
about?
ask. Where's Wodakai? Wodakai, where you at?
He's the guy in the middle there.
There you are. I see you in the two slime boys.
Ooh.
Wodakai, do you have a way to kill the deceiver?
It's not my intent.
Okay, bye.
Nodder, is that a free action or is that a full action?
Free action to talk.
All right. Then we are enemies. And so Nodder will come up and attack him with the tree bar one-handed.
Okay. As you swing towards him, you see like your axe go right through him and slam into the stone next to him. It seems like his position is kind of strangely not where you swung.
Yo.
Second attack.
Oh yeah, I got two.
As you kind of hit the ground, you kind of wide swing outwards in anger, and you feel it bite into something nearby him, and then he appears there, and the form that was there just kind of vanishes as the displacement is discharged from the attack. You slam into him, and he kind of, as you kind of catch him off guard. Did you rage when you did this, or no?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I
okay.
didn't.
Cool. Then we
Didn't
are
even think about that. Forgot I had it.
8 damage. All right. Everything done with you, right?
Mhm.
All right. Panavolka.
Okay, Penny Velka begins her song and her dance with a bonus.
Singing.
And casts Tensor's Transformation.
Oh shit.
So you see her body be sort of like charged up with arcane energies. And she seems tougher and faster and stronger.
Oh shit. It's gonna
End
be
of turn.
good.
All right. Ballerina.
Yep. We are a little too far. But we're gonna move up here and then hit him with a sacred flame.
He's gonna dex save thing
Dex.
throw. All right. So as he kind of like takes his position, kind of neatly gets clipped on the side, you see him kind of stop, hear the words of the prayer, and push his toes backwards as he kind of leaps in his space just to the side. The bolt of sacred energy smashes right where he was standing, missing him completely.
All right, that's it.
Bait.
Sweet. Bait gets up to there. I am going to, as he runs, he's going to pull the net off of his belt, and I'm going to try and throw the net on him recklessly.
All right. Let me double check Nat's specific wording.
Oh, actually, I don't know if is it a ranged attack? It's a ranged attack.
Yeah, you can do it while you're moving up to him. That's fine.
Okay. Oh, it's got a range of the 28.
28 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. That'll hit. A creature can use its action to make a DC 10 strength check to free itself or deal 5 slashing damage to the net. AC 10 to also free itself. When you use an action or reaction to attack with a net, you can make only one attack regardless of the number of attacks you can normally make. So, Yep. It was a 5-foot range for the net to be thrown, so you pretty much have to be on him anyways. That'll hit. He is consumed by the net. Ah!
Knock him out.
All right.
Get him, Belroth.
Does that wording, that means I can't use the bonus action attack, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Then
The wording
then,
is very
yeah,
specific.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was making sure I throw that on him, and that's it. I'm just trapping him in the fucking net.
Yep. So he is restrained, which means anybody who attacks him now has advantage, which would be Belroth.
All right, we're moving here. And just because he's upsetty spaghetti, we are also summoning the Echo.
Okay.
And we just gonna smoosh him.
Lots of attacks. Miss, hit.
22 misses.
Advantage, sorry. Hit, miss, hit. So 21 damage. All right. Anything else? You
No.
Yeah, you can't go crazy mode. All right, Aveline. Yeah, it looks like they're just bashing the crap out of this wizard. Would you like to also jump in on the smash wagon?
I'm just imagining that like JoJo meme where like they're all
100.
around the guy just stuff.
100% what's happening right now. Yeah.
I'm curious. Like I'm curious because he clearly has like some kind of hand in kind of like my origin or like something similar. So it's like I don't know. I'm kind of like, do I want to kill this guy? So let's see. I'm gonna kind of reluctantly hit him with a firebolt.
Absolutely fine. So, yeah, that crits. Go ahead and hit the damage.
I forgot I had one of these too. Or do I do that after?
That's fine. You'll actually roll it a second time and then click on the firebolt damage. It should drop when you click the word firebolt in the chat. Yep, so 20 plus 4 plus another d8.
Reluctantly, as I just kill this man.
Destroy him.
27. So you notice that the fire does not seem to take hold on him terribly strongly due to his tiefling blood, but it does do a sufficient amount of damage based on the fact that he rolled really insanely well. You see him kind of in the restraints getting smashed and everyone's kind of bludgeoning him down. You see his eyes kind of turn upwards and his face kind of like sneer. And then as he does so, he vanishes from inside the restraints. The second you realize that he's moved, you can hear kind of like a discharge of reappearance. And you see him standing upside down on the ceiling, looking straight down at you. And then he kind of starts yelling in Infernal and then points down at the ground in the center of your group. I need everybody inside of the room, due to positioning, to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
The pros and cons of Constitution.
Super saved. Fail, fail.
Where's my Constitution? Hold on.
No worries.
What's the DC?
It's a number.
Here
What'd you
it
get?
is.
What'd you get?
15.
Oh, I was talking to Gijo.
Oh.
16.
Okay. That's a failure.
That's a what?
A failure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 18 is the DC since I'm throwing it out. it looks like Bait is the only one who succeeded that I can see. I need one from Ballerina. And I need one from... Oh, sorry. Your Echo's dashed apart.
And it's a Constitution.
Yes.
I already did my con.
Did I
got
miss
a-
it? Oh, I see it there.
I got a 1.
Sorry to rub it in there. Apologies.
Yeah, thanks for making me look at it again.
Okay. So it looks like we have...
At least you were honest and didn't take a chance to.
Can I,
Right.
Looks like we
I
have
wanted to
some
ask-
exciting failures.
sorry, am I not coming through?
What'd you say?
Sorry, I didn't know if I was coming through. I wanted to use Flash of Genius to.
Oh,
to
okay.
do
Yeah, go ahead and click the ability. I think it adds a set number, or is it a rolled number?
It's my intelligence modifier.
Which is a 5, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So 16 still misses.
Oh shit. Okay.
No problem. That said, everybody
Oh.
who is blasted takes 32 points of necrotic damage. If you are bait, you take half of that. Evasion doesn't affect that.
Wait, would Belroth
Oh,
and
sorry. You should have an aura present.
yeah,
Bait's in it. Panavolka's in it. That will matter. And Belroth is in it.
yeah.
But Belroth's doesn't matter. Panavolka's will save, though, so you'll take half.
Okay.
16 is the damage that you'll take, Panavolka.
I think I'm dead.
Minus 32.
Dead.
And I need a
Think I'm dead.
Constitution saving throw from Panavolka for Tensors, I believe.
Yeah, I have a bonus.
Yep, huge bonus. And if you have a Warcaster feat, you roll advantage.
Okay, isn't it if you're under a certain number, it's just death?
No.
No.
What's
it
your
has to be like
what's
twice.
your maximum hit point total?
108.
Maximum hit point total.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Yeah.
100 and what? 108? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. I thought you said 1 away. I
Oh no.
can't hear good. 108. So I'd have to do enough damage to reduce you to 0 plus 108 damage to kill you outright, which is a tall order. But yeah, everybody's taking their damage?
8 plus 5 is 13.
More than enough, because half of 16
Okay.
is 8.
Hey.
Okay.
So Tensors maintains. Okay, so he appears to be done with his turn. He is 30 feet above you, well, technically 23 feet above you, as he is standing on the ceiling above you. That's his turn, Nodder, you're up. You're dying, make a death saving throw. That is a fumble, which means you fail 2 death saving throws
Yep.
immediately.
Instead of just
Don't
one.
worry, I got you, buddy.
Panavolka.
If you don't, I'll stab him.
Stab me, bro.
Fair. I think you're up before I. Oh, wait, no, I.
Panavalka whips out this kind of like long silvery cane. It's her broom of flying, but it's not a broom. Okay. And she jumps on it and flies up.
Okay.
And we are okay. Okay, we're
Get
gonna
it.
do one of these. Why?
Roll a 1. Oh, you're rolling. Okay, cool.
Okay, we're gonna roll one more.
Okay.
Okay.
First attack is a miss, unless you have any
Right.
bonuses to it that I'm not aware of.
No, and the second one will be my cantrip. So
Green flame
Um,
blade or booming blade?
let's do booming blade.
That's good for holding him where he's at. Okay,
So
so that's just the booming blade additional damage.
okay, and then I have to roll my regular damage.
No,
and that
sorry.
includes
That is the booming blades. That has a sword in it. So 15 piercing plus 13 thunder. We're removing the 11 from the equation that you rolled on the damage. We're adding the
Okay.
6. That's the crit damage. But you also have 2d12 force coming my way from Tensors.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you need to
Let me
roll
click
4d12
Tensors.
because you crit.
what the fuck?
Yeah. So 40 plus 30 is 70. 73 total. in one shot. So you fly up and you swing that first blade, and you see him kind of egotistically kind of shift position with the dagger, and he kind of pushes the rapier aside. Then you kind of reach forward, and like this burst of sounds out from Panavolka as you see the rapier go through Wodakai's chest and lance him entirely. His body falls weightless off of the ceiling and then kind of creates weight on the blade. And as you kind of tilt, you turn the blade and kind of shift it to the side. You hear a kind of sickening scrape as the ribcage presses against the blade. As he's falling away, there's a detonation of the booming blade because he's moving away from you, which causes his body to break even further. And once he finally hits the ground, he's just this twisted malady of the man he was on the ceiling.
Wow.
Belroth is impressed.
He hits, because he was actually kind of standing directly above Bait. He kind of hits near Bait and smashes into the kind of pool there. And his head just kind of lists on the rim of the bowl, blood kind of seeping out of his mouth into the bowl, and blood seeping out of the rest of his wounds into the canalways off to the side. You hear the laughing, which has been going for the last few seconds, from the fox creature. You made entirely short work of him. That was very, very interesting. Unfortunately, you'll have to watch the repercussions of his actions. Feel free to elicit your complaints to his soul if you find it twisted in the space beyond. And as they say that, this buildup of the blood inside of the basin pulses with light and then bursts in a strange magical energy. A strange magical energy that's encapsulating, void-like. It draws you in towards it. You can make strength saving throws. Try and resist. But as you can see, the only things that you can really grapple onto for anyone would be the canalway, which is slick with blood, the Yawklaws, which are waxy creatures, and that's about it.
I guess we're going void
Fight!
diving.
Fight!
How many ones have I rolled today?
The broom and
No
you.
way.
So
These
many.
sick.
The
God
cane,
damn it.
the cane, which is a sick twist on it.
Oh.
Ass over tea kettle from above, flying straight down into the hole. You watch this Panavolka just whoop. Next. Oh, sorry, Belroth.
I think
Next.
I think I auto go. Don't I auto go?
Oh yeah, you're unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ballerina, are you trying to resist?
No, we gotta help that poor
hold
bear.
hold on. Since I was talking for a bit, I was monologuing. Ballerina, would you have been helping in the next second?
Yeah, I would have been.
Do what you're gonna do.
trying.
That, or I would have hit him with the lifesaver dagger again to stabilize him.
I was gonna
Stephanie wasn't
go
around for that,
over
so it'd be
and
confused phase for a second.
hit him with a level.
Why are you throwing a
3.
dagger at a dying person? Because it helps. Okay, cool. So heal
Take
that many, David.
11. Yo.
It looks like it was cast at a higher level, so it's actually 23.
Well,
Yeah.
23. Yo.
Yeah, because I cast it at level 3.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm down 12. So actually, I'm.
No.
No.
You're at 0. There is no negative hit.
Oh, there's
points.
no negative.
Yeah.
No negative in this, yeah.
So you go right up to 23, but then you need to make a strength saving throw. And due to the fact that you have nothing to grapple onto, make your check, and I'll tell you if you succeed or fail, depending on what you roll. You fail.
21.
You have nothing to grapple onto, so you're at disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Okay, I was like, what?
Yep.
What are you gonna do if one of
That
us
was
gets a
just
nat
for
20?
fun.
Like we just stand
Then
there,
your
like
character may not be back next session.
"Huh?"
Who else is trying to? Anybody? No?
Is it like, I don't know, is this too wacky if I use my Divine Whip
Right,
to try and grab onto?
Yeah, it's
Wonderful.
it's certainly an attempt. Go ahead and make a Thorn Whip attack.
Okay.
Just,
Hold on.
just.
I'm a dummy and I closed my browser, so let me get everything back up.
No
Oh,
problem.
no.
And while that's happening, Bait, did you already roll and fail?
No, I was going to ask.
Since
Can
you
I
have a climb
switch?
speed, it technically not at disadvantage because everywhere is a place you can grab onto.
Right.
Like dive bomb in.
Yeah, succeeds.
Uh.
But you definitely feel that the strain is present here, so this will keep you good for the first couple of minutes or moments here. But 26 you hit, so Aveline, you catch onto one of the pillars and kind of hold on. And you're doing one of those like stereotypical like space movie things where you're like,
Yes.
your feet are all in the air. All right, but you also see that Bait is not going in either. He kind of lances a blade into the ground and kind of like you can see the blade actually etching through the stone. Like it's holding and it's slowing you down a lot, but it is definitely trying to get you in the pocket. It whatever this warp or rift is does not seem to be affecting the Yawkballs or the fox person. So, do you wish to, after seeing everybody else go in, wish to stay outside of the force, or are you going to try and, or are you going to allow yourself to be taken?
Well, I don't want to, but I gotta. So
Whoosh. Okay, Bait, you can attempt to try and climb out.
I think Bait would try to climb out.
Okay.
He's a sellsword.
right. Go ahead and make
Fair.
an athletics check. Okay. So you start moving a very small amount.
Mhm.
But because you do not make the DC, you do not gain much ground outside of the 5-foot space you're in. And that's in the minutes time that this continues sucking in on you. Go ahead and make another strength saving throw. Into the void. That would have been the one to stop. So whoosh into it.
Whoosh.
And you all vanish into the void. Okay, hold on
Void
a second here.
diving.
I don't have it. No, I wasn't raging. Never mind.
Who was the first to go in? It was Panavalka.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're noticing is that right in front of you in this descent, this
Can I
strange...
say that Panavalka ran into Belroth and knocked him in?
Yeah, that's absolutely lovely. So the two of you are kind of close to each other as you're falling.
Awesome.
What you're noticing is that you're falling through a very strange kind of extraplanar space. You can see off in the distance these kind of points of light, but they seem to be obscured by some sort of fog that's racing past you very quickly. Every so often you can see these dots of like dark matter kind of in this space as you're falling, ascending, moving side to side. You're not sure how this directionally is working. You do know that you're both headed in the same direction. And so is the corpse of Wodakai, directly in front of you like a fucking missile, shooting straight downwards. And yeah, eventually he hits very, very hard, but the two of you don't hit quite so hard. Instead, you land very softly on strange sandy ground. The sandy ground that you land on is very foreign to you because, unlike regular sand, it appears that the entirety of the sand that you're standing on is nothing more than very minuscule gemstones of all different colors and shapes, but far too small to be worth anything. It's a maddening conundrum that you're looking at. You're walking on riches. But riches for who? An ant? You know not. Around you, the walls appear to be made out of very, very expensive stone. Very expensive stone. But it looks like all of the stone is broken. And it almost looks like it's about ready to crumble around you. There is no ceiling. There are only walls around you. When you look straight up in the hallway ahead of you and directly above you at this point, you see the endless stars. And you can also see the Dargian Rift running straight through the stars above. And for those of you who are familiar, Milky Way kind of has like a path-like pattern across it. The Dargian Rift is a very similar kind of phenomena that exists in the skies of Urs. But you will note that this appears to be just different than the night sky that you're used to. Brighter. And it seems to be almost from like a different angle. Panavolka as a trancer and Ballerina as a trancer, you know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, you are no longer in the material plane. You have moved beyond that point to this point. And if you'd like, anybody who is in the space who learns that's the case can make an Arcana check to try and figure out what plane you're now in.
The airplane.
Right?
Plane.
So-
Literally.
Panavolka, you're kind of like, it's an outer plane. It has to be an outer plane. Thinking about it. Aveline kind of does. You are currently inside of a contained space inside the nether that is understood to be the Shadowfell, the plane of death. And I really
makes
meant
sense.
I really meant for it to end in about 5 minutes, but I kind of didn't expect you to bulldoze through oh boy that quickly.
Well, then, Nodder will look down
Good
at
form. Go ahead. Go
Nodder
ahead.
will look down at Wodakai and like he'll just look at him like for a good long time, and like just think about like just good intentions, bad execution, but the deceiver did not want him to live.
Kick him in the ribs.
Like, what was he on to? Even if he was wrong, like the deceiver did not want him to live.
You all kind of
Now, huh?
stand over the corpse of the creature known as Wodakai, the broken, battered, impaled tiefling.
Poor boy. So
And
confused.
The stone, the very ornate, beautiful stonework of the wall around you, it only goes up about 20 feet or so. Beautiful. There's parts of it in the top that are kind of more porous, like stone, like kind of like a rich limestone or something. And then marble and other kind of stones throughout. And what I was trying to convey, and I didn't think I did, is like the stone looks like it's kind of broken apart, and it looks like it's all one piece, except that it looks like it's all different types of stone. And on the ground that you're kind of looking at, it's like a mosaic, but it also looks like it's meant to be together. And then the ground you're walking on appears to be sand, but it seems to have kind of like a prismatic gleam across it. And when you look at it and like inspect the sand, you'd note that it seems to be gem dust, but it's not gem dust. It's very minuscule sized cut gems that have been kind of left about, like specifically cut gems left in as sand.
We're giants.
Could be.
If only Sen were here.
All right.
Or Aotans.
I think that's a solid stopping point. I'm going to go ahead and call it. Thank you for watching, those that did, and we will see you next Tuesday.